And we're back live. Welcome back, everybody, to Gods versus Eldritch Horrors. We're finally back after a little hiatus. Yes, this is a D&D 2024 campaign, seasoned with a lot of homebrew stuff, as our party is made of 3 characters who are demigods, and 1 character who is 1 tier below that. He's a mythic creature, a champion of gods. And yes, we have a post-level 20 progression curve designed for these guys, as they decided that all their characters are curious about the Far Realm. And so you have a lot of the Call of Cthulhu vibes and lore coming into this campaign. Oh yes, their curiosity keeps building interest, I should say, and that interest has been paid both to them and to bystanders across the timelines where their actions start to ripple, and ripples apparently can bite, particularly when they are ripples from the Far Realm. But before I go along and remind everybody what happened in the last session, because apparently not even my players remember, let's meet tonight's party. We have full house. Lumpa, our goddess of the blade singers. She is serenity with a side of stab. That is, and she is also a lawyer's grasp of loopholes, basically. She has she's the mother of the force, and at the same time she can be a little bit bipolar. You know, some days she's on the good side of the force, some days she's on the bad side of the force. Lumpa, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight. Did you wake up on the good side of the force or on the dark side of the force?
Well, you never know with me, to be honest. I'm good now. I don't know how it's gonna be a minute later. Maybe not even a minute later. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It just really depends on, whatever's happening around me. There's loads of things that can affect someone's mood. So I can't guarantee that this positive vibe's gonna continue. But yeah, we'll see.
Very well. Well, in the last session, you created a kind of a free trial version of yourself, right? A little simulacrum. Perhaps.
Oh yeah.
How is her mood? Is she on the dark side of the force or on the good side? Do you guys like balance each other out, or you were usually sharing the same vibe?
Again, I think she's her own self, so I can't talk on behalf of her.
You can talk on her behalf. Fair enough. That's good to know. That's good to know. She's an NPC then, under my control. I will talk on her behalf.
No. What I meant is, I don't know. Again, she's my simulacrum, so it's same attitude.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I meant.
Very well. Okay.
No taking advantage here.
If you were in a good mood when you casted her, then she's in a good mood. Let's put this way. And Xthu, our owling protector of the wild magic sanctuaries of this multiverse. He is equal parts druidic, grace, and mammoth mold. For crowd control, and he's also 100% going mad. It seems that every session he goes a little bit more awry. Xthu, say hello to our audience and tell us a little bit about how. Stop. Xthu, stop picking yourself. It's here. Tell us a little bit how you're feeling tonight.
Well, Xthu is bit confused, a bit frustrated. Still wants to find that guy who was doing all that yelling and summoning all the tentacles, and wants to stomp him, mammoth style. But it's kind of par for the course. It's about where he's at.
Very well. Are you some sort of owling that identifies as a mammoth? Is that your?
No, I mean it's just real convenient when you need to do some stomping. I mean, you can't really stomp things as an owl. You got them hollow bird bones. Not so good for the stomping. Just like when he's got to deal with stuff underwater, he likes to go all squid style because it's just efficient for the task.
Doesn't an owl bear exist? I think that'd be great for stomping.
I don't know if he can turn into one of those through wild shape. Can he?
Can he?
I'm not sure.
If it's a beast, perhaps with the right CR.
I don't actually know the CR of an owl bear.
And talking about him, Manarco, the god of purity of souls, which also you can understand as do not touch me, as he's the kind of demigod that he tends to resolve things with a lot of intervention, and most of that intervention is on other people's faces and cutting parts of their bodies, and sometimes he even goes on his own side quest, like he just did the last night, where he decided, we don't have enough trouble yet. Let me see if I can find some more. Manarco, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Well, Manarco is currently, letting out his inner inquisitor of heresy, right? He smells some heresy, and he would like to not be smelling heresy. So, as to doing his best Batman impression, he's snuck around town and gathered all of the evidence, which is basically, I've seen people do crime, and now it is time to be done with the sleuthing and got on to the violent applications of force. The Judge Dredd style of peacekeeping. That you've committed a crime. The sentence is death. There is only one sentence. It's always death. Specifically for Manarco, because his deal is heresy. The heresy only has one punch.
You have a very unique definition of peace, Manarco, I have to say. A very, very unique definition
the world
of what
is
peace.
Suddenly much more peaceful.
After everybody dies or is sentenced to death, it would be a very silent world.
Well, if everybody is as pure as Manarco, then the world is in fact very peaceful.
Very well. Very well. And then we have Kitos, the new member of the party, or perhaps even the new babysitter of the party. He is our mythic platinum dragonborn, champion of both Chronepsis and Bahamut. How he manages his time between the two of them, there's gotta be high maintenance type of job. And yes, he's a kind of a timeline auditor. He just flies around and I guess try and help creatures fix themselves out of timelines. I guess that's what he do, even if he didn't know about it. Kitos, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Oh, I just saw the future and it doesn't look good. But I need to have faith in these three. I'll make sure that we save not only this town, but whatever they're tasked to do. Oh man, I hope they're doing okay. We caused such a scene in the town, and I can't even see anything straight. I don't even know what happened to me.
That is true. Kitos in the last session was affected by a sort of curse from the far realm that messed so bad with his senses that he's now seeing for the next 4 days everything in a kaleidoscope pattern. Everywhere he looks, he sees things as if he was looking through a kaleidoscope. It's pretty. It does gives you a new perspective on art. So he's been closing his eyes and moving around like a proper monk, using his other senses and his blind sight. Very well. So, since we already touched the topic previously on Gods versus Eldritch Horrors, feels like it was indeed 8,000 years ago since we had our last session. Our party was sent 8,000 years into the past of the timelines where they were standing. With a device called the sundial of the last hour. And the sundial apparently has an arm of the clock that moves closer to midnight every time our characters, you know, are getting cold in their mission. Every time they do something that will have that will reinforce the bad consequences of them existing in the future, they have to they see the hand of the clock moving closer to midnight, because yes, folks, they're trying to prevent their own birth. They were sent 8,000 years in the past so that they could prevent their own birth and make sure that no ripples would or no butterfly effects would affect the future 8,000 years in the future, where they've managed to make such a knot across multiple timelines that the god of time, Chronepsis himself, had to come and intervene and gave them a chance to fix this, to try and save everybody that exists in this timeline and that would be affected by their actions, or, you know, erase themselves so that they are no longer a problem. And they chose to, of course, save the innocent and save the innocent from themselves. So yes, they ended up, our heroes ended up arriving securely in a village square, where they've met this starving village, poor village of people that have been receiving the charity of this masked prophet, street prophet, the Doomcaller as they call him, who tells them that there's no afterlife and it's all about appetite and succumbing to your pleasures and enjoying the now because the end is near. And well, our heroes, of course, were dubbed as the Knights of the Apocalypse, as the Doomcaller pointed at them and said that they were an omen that the end is near. And yes, it seems that this led to a very brutal aberration dogfight in the middle of the square. People were jumping through windows and trying to get away out of the fight. The Doomcaller retreat behind doors with his sermon notes intact, I should say. His two assistant, still undisclosed succubi, quietly shepherding the panic into pliancy, and while in the middle of this mess, the fight went on when Lumpa, for instance, went full logistics and decided to call her maximum powers to destroy these creatures from the far realm, the star-shaped radio creatures from the far realm that look like a starfish went terribly wrong in a side experiment. They were radio creatures with 5 sides, all equally symmetrical, with tendrils and 5 wings, and well, they got really creative there. After our party managed to destroy all these aberrations, and all the village was quiet and the pub shut down, then I guess it's time to go to sleep when the pub shuts down. Our party decided to find their own ways of resting. Lumpa created this invisible tiny hut close to an inn. she cast herself a simulacrum inside, just to try and, multiply her chances of surviving. She invited the allies to come join her in the hut as kind of a low-profile base, while her Bladesong brain ran some optics and, try to do fewer sundial ticks of the clock. But Ixtihu decided that he in his non-mammoth form, after screening for the civilians, he decided to take a roof and do a watch, with his owl's eyes. He has quite a view from upstairs with owls are nocturnal animals, so I guess it's he's probably looking for some snakes or rollers that he can hunt during the night. And then Manarco refused to take a long rest and decided to pull a one-man nocturnal canvas, and he decided to chalk marks at some places and some doors where he ended up tracking in a back alley. He ended up tracking what was happening with some people that were disappearing in town. He actually found a chapel slash kitchen where this butcher slash priest was preparing the soup made from people that apparently have recently been slayed. And that is the same soup he recognized than the one served in the charity line. Oh yes, it seems that Manarco discovered that this soup is, has some dodgy meat in it, let me put this way. And he left. Yes.
Good old Soylent Green.
Indeed. And he left the site, but he decided to tag the doors and leave marks on the walls. Perhaps he's planning a daylight review big enough to dent the Doomcaller's narrative without, spiking the sundial again. And then we have Kitos, who is still under the aberrant kaleidoscope vision. It's not a poison, it's not a disease, the spell magic failed. He doesn't know what the hell he's suffering from. He's for the time being keeping his eyes closed, and he kind of fought and flew using his blind sight, and after that he went for a meditative rest on a cheap inn floor space. Yes, because even in a poor town there is inflation. And he decided to use the crystal ball that Chronapsis gave him, or blast that crystal ball with the power of premonition, and he can see up to 1 week horizon of possibilities that may happen and it turns out that the crystal ball showed him a vision of a city killer ooze descending from a violet cobalt storm and annihilating the entire place. It might be just an omen with a timer, or it might be what actually happens, as the future is never certain. But yes, we have curses and encounters. Oh yes, and of course the Doomcaller also banked ill fortune against Lumpa, Ixtihu, and Manarco, that he can cash this ill fortune at any point. By replacing one of their rolls by the number that he rolled in the nat 20, in the D20, and it's an unseen ward, so in character the players don't know it exists, and yes, he apparently he has quite. You guys been learning quite a lot about this Doomcaller. He can broadcast telepathically. He can cast. He has some sort of weird way of casting shield. He can subtle cast Feeble Mind. He can cast Banishment. The crowds in this town and everybody in this town still believe in him. And yes, it seems that you guys are quite in somewhat of a difficult spot. You're quite in a corner there. When you moved against him, it seemed like that the sundial moved from 8 minutes to 7 minutes. You have no idea what actions or how you yet have to discover how is that your actions will influence the sundial in a way that will prevent your own, one of you at least, one of you three from getting born. And it seems that you still don't have exactly a clue of how this place is connected to any of you. It could be any of you. But yes, that is this public opinion barometer that it's not in your favor right now, as well as you guys walk around town and the civilians, although they are mostly indoor, you guys get a feeling that they really don't like you, except for the bartender Grusk, which has been telling you all sorts of things about town and the history and how this guy just show up out of nowhere. And then since the Doomcaller arrived, they've managed to expel the mayor and the other authorities of this town, and they took over, which was actually not a bad thing according to the bartender. And this guy's been, helping them and feeding their hopes and dreams and telling them the world's gonna end, so enjoy your life. And everybody in this town seems to be convinced that this is a good idea. But yes, and now, well, night holds its breath, and right now we have one person in the party that has a butcher soup truth that could be unmasked. We still have the Doomcaller somewhere in this town. You guys are yet, except for Kitos, you're not aware of the giant apocalyptic ooze that might be in your future. And I have to say, the ooze is not a very good dessert for that type of soup that they are eating. So yes, only bad things happening in this town. Let me bring you guys back to your calm, uneventful night and give you all a few moments to, to role play and catch up. Manarco, when we left off, you had just left the butcher's window. He didn't realize you rolled a nice stealth, and he didn't realize you were there. Lumpa is inside her tiny hut with. By the way, did you figure out a name for your simulacrum, Lumpa? Lumpa?
Sorry, I was on mute. So, I'm in between three. Maybe you guys can help.
That's a nice name. In between three.
No. Oh my god.
That actually goes well. In between three.
I'm in between debating on three names. So I was thinking of Frieza Bell.
Frieza Bell.
Yeah. Then Goldilocks. From Goldilocks, No? And Brittany, like brr, with triple R or something.
I'm a fan of the last one.
You'd go for Brittany?
Brittany.
You can go with the last one, but I can't do that. Like, genetically, I go Brittany. There you go. I genetically can't
is
do that by
a
ours.
big fan of that.
Okay, let's go with that then.
I'm just a fan of names that make it more difficult for everybody else.
Look, if I do Spanish, I could do it. I only know English.
So,
Can you guys? I can't hear anyone? Hello.
Legend,
Hello?
if you're talking,
All
you're
right.
on
I'm
mute.
talking on mute, yes, of course. There
All
you
right.
go.
Okay.
Brittany is there. Are they all code teamed? All the names? Is she like specialist in code? Is that her thing?
Yeah.
Very well. Okay. All right. So, on that note, let me let you guys, role play for a little bit. And it's to you from the top of the house. You see, from the top of the inn, you see Manarco walking up the alley, and as he's returning to the main square, and Kitos, you are meditating in your room. And you have a view from the window, but you can't use it because you can't see anything. So with that, let me give you guys some time to role play and decide what you want to do next.
Real quick, those of us that took a long rest have completed the long rest at this point?
Yes, and that
Okay.
reminds me, when
Amazing.
Marco, since you decided not to take a long rest, you would take exhaustion, but turns out you are a bloody demigod, so that doesn't affect you.
yeah, I'm just no restoring of. Actually, I think my spells are mostly full, anyways. Let me
Must
see.
be nice.
how
Must
do-
be nice. There are players out there. They're thinking like, "What the hell is this DM doing? Immune to exhaustion." Yeah, must be nice. Must be nice, guys.
Let's see. Yeah, no, I've used a couple level ones, but all my other stuff is still available. So I'm short like 2 level 1 spell slots, but that's like, I'm not too worried. I've got all the big spells left. So Manarco, after seeing all of this, is going to I don't know, make a writ of wrongdoing. He's gonna put together a paper that says everything that every crime he's seen in town and everything wrong, and he's just gonna make like a dozen copies, and he's just gonna start stapling it all over the town center.
Like 95 Theses style.
Yeah. Yeah, just like that.
Fantastic. Oh,
And then, after he spends about 6 hours doing that, because he has to write them all by hand because copying machines don't exist. He's gonna return and go find the party members to tell them about all the crime he's found that he wants them to go kill.
Very well.
Ixiel is just watching him do that. And, like the whole time he's going around town pinning up or nailing these things to doors or walls or whatever. Ixiel is just sitting up there and watching him do it. just observing the whole time.
And yeah, once he's got that done, he's gonna go find the party to collect.
As he starts heading back toward the inn, or as he approaches the inn, is going to fly down and wow, my throat is super dry right now. I cannot even do my own name. Sorry. He's gonna fly down and meet him on the street. So what have you found?
Well, there's kind. He's like, we've got. You've got some problems to deal with, some crimes to punish, and you know what? Here, he's just gonna hand him a copy as he continues nailing up these copies of the fucking, all over the place. He's still let you read through it while he continues to put the other ones up. And he's like, all right, like once you finish reading that, go grab everybody else. We will start the judgment.
All right, I'm gonna fly back into the inn and go find the others. Which puts me where? Because I don't think I'm supposed to be where I am anymore.
Let me drag your token. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm doing that in the wrong screen. There you go.
All right. Okay. Can I enter the tiny hut, or?
Yes, she did.
Oh, okay. All right.
She did cast in a way that she invited you guys to come in.
All right. So I'm just gonna pop in and hand the paper to Lumpa and say, Manarco has given me scribbles about some craziness. I don't know. Maybe you can make sense of it. Lots of words, lots of scribbles, lots of nonsense.
It's
He may be going a little bit crazy.
It definitely is written in like a very official way. There's a lot of like bureaucratic language in there of like.
Oh yeah. No, like it like I have no doubt that it makes perfect sense, but also, Cthulhu's brain isn't exactly working properly at the moment. So he's looking at it. It's the words are moving and everything. It's all nonsense to him.
Lumpa picks them up and briefly starts to scroll through and say, yeah, I guess this doesn't make any sense to me either. I'll come out and try and see. It's quite a lot written, isn't it? Maybe he can tell us in short. And I'll step out.
Very well. Manarco, it seems
Brittany's also curious.
people can't understand what you write anymore, Manarco. You look at the paper and it looks so clear to you. I mean, you did some calligraphy courses when you were younger, and it's I mean, you have the cursive made for kings. You could write decrees yourself. What are they talking about? How can they not make sense of these words? And Lumpa XTU, as you look at the paper, the symbols there just looks like the scribbles you've saw so many times before in those notes and texts, that forbidden notes and texts you've seen in Fingmajig's office and in his observatory. So all those notes that were on the desk with some weird symbols and whatnot, this is kind of what Manarco is he wrote. But Manarco, as you look at it, it's perfectly fine. You don't understand. What is their problem?
And I'll be like, Manarco, would you want to briefly tell us what this is about?
He's gonna look at you. He's gonna look at the paper he's holding, about to put on the wall. He's gonna look at you. He's like, "Did you not read it? It was quite thorough."
I think I'd prefer if you gave me a debrief instead of me reading it. You know, just not good at, I guess, assimilating all this information, all these symbols. It's exactly too thorough for my brain to process right now. A debrief would be amazing.
They must be exhausted, Manarco. I mean, this is Lumpa. She reads those crazy arcane texts all the time. And she reads all sorts of magic texts that doesn't make sense to anyone else except herself. And she doesn't seem bothered at all by it. And yet, your nice text seems to be beyond her comprehension capacity. What is she talking about?
He's gonna chalk this up to the laziness of non-bureaucrats. Can't be bothered to learn to understand the simple law code, and he's going to look at him and he's going to say, fine, the stupid version then. Priest is evil. Missing town members are in that house back there, 2 blocks over, 1 block up. And he chopped them up and he's serving them to the people in stew. There you go. Succinct enough evil for you. Now, if you'll excuse me, he's going to nail his next paper to the wall. In my proper, you know, if you're too lazy to read the proper, high law writing or whatever you want to call it, I don't know, we call it like high bureaucrat script. That's fine. But just go get ready to blow stuff up or use swords or whatever it is you're going to do today.
You have found him?
Him? Maybe? Never really got a good look at his face. But there's a guy chopping up people's bodies over there, and
Good enough.
not a fan.
And
Should die.
with that, you
Heresy.
is going to just book it. Wait, what? Yeah, there we go. Is just gonna start booking it in the whatever direction Manarco, following the directions that Manarco just gave us.
Very well. So, Manarco, tell me, you spent the whole night doing those notes?
He spent, a time basically gathering, writing down all of the crimes that he found, and then he spent more time posting them to a wall. And he also put up a bunch of stuff so that he could, tell if people were messing with his crime scene.
Okay, I have to say,
It was a very thorough investigation.
Those also don't look like common language to me. I have to say they look particularly weird. There's some drawings there, anyway. But okay. But my point is, you spent quite some time doing those, right?
Yeah, probably. No, he probably. I don't know how long it would take him to go around the whole town, but yeah.
Very well. So Kitos, when you're trying to meditate, but you're so tired you ended up falling asleep, and then you wake up because people just can't stop talking nearby, and there's some people, all of them are just talking right there at the window of your room, as if you couldn't hear them, and waking you up all the time. That's so, I have to say, that is particularly annoying, somewhat disturbing, I have to say. It really, they're not letting you sleep. They're not letting you sleep at all. And
don't forget all the hammering that's been going on around town.
Yeah.
As he puts up those notes. That's got to be super annoying.
Indeed.
For everybody.
So Kitos, finally you come out of your trance as you hear them outside planning to do something about killing a butcher or something. They're definitely
Oh boy.
waking you up, and you don't know what's going on, but it seems like they're about to stir some trouble.
All right. After seeing that terrifying future, I'll get up, put away the crystal ball for a moment into my bag of holding, open the door, and I try opening my eyes. What do I see when I get out of here?
The world is a beautiful kaleidoscope. Everything you look at just turns into these nice patterns and shapes. I mean, you can make about a fifth of what you were looking at, but it's a bit tough. And the way you turn your head, it changes what you were looking.
I close my eyes again, close the door, and go like, okay, I'll have to get that checked later. And then I'll like walk over as I'm coming over to here. As they're getting into my sight, I notice there's two of the same person.
Yes. And I have to say, only one of them has an aura that you can sense. Now, that said, Kitos, to you, relying on your other senses is quite normal, but to the rest of you, Kitos is sleepwalking. Just pointing that out.
I say, I was in a trance and I see you guys are making a lot of noise. Well, I guess now is a better time for introductions than any, now that everyone's not screaming and there's no danger afoot. I say, hello there, all of you, as I'm looking around perfectly fine. Says, I'm Kitos.
Looking around with his eyes closed.
I say, I see Chronapsis has sent me here in this time for a mission, and conveniently, you four. Wait, wasn't there three of you that popped up here? Oh, whatever. You must have found someone else. I've been sent here too. And who may you all be?
Can you see us?
Yeah, he can see you, but he's talking to you all with his eyes closed.
So
Yes,
he can see with the eyes closed.
Yes, he can see with the eyes closed. He probably has blind
Wow.
sight, or he's a terrible case of sleepwalking.
Ixiol is going to wave a feathered hand in front of Kitos' face, and then say, "I am Ixiol, and this one is Manarco. He has found soup. We should go."
You're hungry? Well, the bar is probably closed at this time, but what kind of soup is it?
People.
What?
It's people soup.
Well, yeah, the food is
I
quite
will not
common
stand
here.
for people soup.
Well, yeah, the food is quite bland here. It could be spiced up a bit.
Are you dead? Or
Death?
just keep it
No.
on purpose?
Well, maybe you should have a better choice of note words there, Sir Shining Knight. People's soup is kind of vague, if you tell me.
The soup is made of people.
There we go. That's making more sense to me. But that is quite alarming. Was it the Doom Caller?
Unclear at this time.
And I'll look to the other two and go like, and who may your friends be as well?
These are the
Lumpa.
people.
And this is Brittany. She's my
Oh.
simulacrum.
Ah, that explains why she doesn't feel the same as yours.
What do you mean?
Well, although those fights with those creatures messed with my eyes and I have to rely on my other senses, I can tell, and he's going to point while his eyes are closed at you three. You three have such a powerful aura among you. You're definitely not mortals to me, it feels like, but I can't put my tongue on it. But hey, if you know Carnapsis and you're aware that I'm one of his champions, then you must be on a mission sent from him.
Yeah. Pretty much. And we definitely need help.
Well, of course, I am here to help. He sends me to those that he gives missions to. I may not know what it entails, but I do know there is quite an impending doom in this town, so I guess we need people of your caliber here.
Stupid.
But I looked
Okay,
back
let's go check it out.
As you are all talking, the sun starts to rise slowly in the horizon. As morning is coming. It might actually be. You can hear the birds. And, well, it seems like you are, if you take too long, people come back to the streets, and this will not be a discreet action. So, what's next for you guys?
Okay, I say we run to the place wherever. Show us, Manarco. Which way? Let's go.
He already gave us the directions, although I, above the table, already forgot them. So
It's okay. They weren't actual directions. They were directions for roleplay reasons. I think it was off to the left. Was it like the left somewhere? I think.
yeah, but let's just assume that we remembered the directions and are now following them with great haste.
Yeah.
I have to say, Manarco, while you are looking around, that is, you see that the night sky, now that is lit by the first rays of the sun, it seems that it is indeed becoming of a storm in the horizon, and you can see the dark clouds. There are indeed, and you are the first one to notice, but then the rest of you hear a thunder in the distance and a massive storm's coming. I would say the clouds just look gray, but it's more, maybe it's the sunlight, but they have this cobalt kind of tone to them. Almost, and in some places it's become a little bit violet. Kitos, you of course can hear the thunder, but you have no idea the clouds. Lumpa, Ixtihul, Manarco, you now all look at that massive storm coming. Wow, that must be massive. Very well. Manarco, lead the way.
Real quick, can I make some kind of a check to see if I can determine anything about the storm, the impending storm, from just like the appearance of like
course,
what I'm seeing?
Of course.
Would that be? Is that going to be nature, arcana, perception?
Nature. Well, it depends.
Okay.
What are you trying to determine? If are you trying to determine if it has a magic associated to it? Then it's arcana. If you're trying to determine if it's natural, if you've ever seen a storm like that before, if it's what kind of storm has cobalt looking clouds, then that's more like a nature check.
All right. Wait, you just told me that both of those would be nature check.
No, sorry. The first one to relate to magic
Would be
is
nature,
Arcana.
and the second one is okay.
The second-
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Can I roll one and then the other? Can I like check for both, or is that?
Sure.
Is that
Go ahead.
okay? All right. For the wow, that is a crap roll for me. And
I have to say, 8,000 years into the past, the clouds are so pretty during a storm. Look at those pretty clouds. The violet is, wow. The sunlight just gives this nice glow to the storm. That is not magical. That's natural beauty. No, magic cannot create something like that.
I rolled 2 3s in a row. That's just wrong. Just all right. Good to get those bad rolls out early, I guess.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. You are fascinated about the beauty of this storm and how nature can create these sorts of things.
Yeah, my giant owl eyes just go wide as I'm mesmerized by the beauty of the clouds.
Yes. And you can see better
This
than
is going to
anyone
be
of your
so much
eyes.
fun. Yeah, this is going to be so much fun to fly in. Oh man, yikes. Okay, so yeah, I guess I
Does
learned
anyone know
nothing.
anything about those clouds?
Quite pretty.
No, that thunder kind of scared me.
You can
Anyway.
hear the rain falling in the distance. And the thunders continue. The thunder sounds continue. Very well. So, Manarco, everybody's just waiting for you.
Yeah?
Lead the way, by all means.
It's been 2 weeks. I don't actually remember where I'm going.
You don't actually remember? Well, that's good. It seems Manarco's memory is not working, guys. Manarco, roll an intelligence check. Let's see if you can access your memory, or perhaps this place is messing with your mind.
Like, I know Manarco would remember. For him, it's been 5 minutes. For me, it's been 2 weeks.
Well, let's test that theory, because he's going crazy and he just wrote a bunch of
32.
gibberish on a piece of paper, which he spent the whole night writing gibberish. That's not a save, it's a check.
Oh. Yep, wait. It's just this one then.
I feel like that should also be with advantage, since he made, like, in addition to just like handwritten notes, he also didn't he make marks on like buildings and doors and such?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he
Very
did leave a bunch of marks everywhere.
roll with advantage, Manarco. Let's see if you are suffering from dementia. Well, Manarco, you did those marks for a reason. You really need to you really need them to remember where things are, because lately you've been feeling a bit forgetful, and yes, it might be just the side effects of going 8,000 years into the past, but you are feeling like things just slip out of your mind without your consent. And well, you do remember there's gotta be a door with a mark on it somewhere to the west of this town, but you have no idea which one it is, so you might as well just check all of them. Either way, Manarco, the others don't need to know that you are getting forgetful. After all, if they do, they might not rely on you so much in the future, and they might even treat you as a liability.
Oh, then I'm just gonna make a guess that it's over here somewhere.
Very well. Look at that, guys. I've actually put an arrow there at the start of the session for the player. And don't go back on the record, Manarco. Just keep going. It's funnier this way.
I did not see said arrow, but I believe you that it was there.
Very well.
Is that the guy? Is that the right window?
That is not the right window. That is not the guy. That seems to be just someone who slept on their table working all night on their accountings to discover how much money they don't have.
Chop
right,
chop,
well.
Manarco. Are we close?
Up this way.
Oh, look at that. Is that the guy? Is that the guy you remember, Manarco?
I think that is the guy. Yeah, that is the guy.
Roll stealth.
Roll stealth.
Just
Is that for all of us?
him or? Yeah.
Just for the ones that are on front of the window, which is Manarco XTU. I assume you are on top of a building.
He's on the
right
roof.
now. Yeah. Very well, Manarco. He doesn't notice you, and he's now talking to a tiefling who comes from the back of the room, and the tiefling is saying to him, and you can overhear the conversation. Today is the day. We might not even have to serve the soup. He's preparing the ritual. I've seen it. He's beautiful. All the symbols are written in the clouds. Everybody will think the heroes did it. He is of a brilliance that is beyond this world.
Be as it may, we must not let those newcomers interfere with our plans. Let's make sure that they are busy dealing with whatever other issues in town. I suggest we create some sort of distraction for them. Let's try and say, perhaps they did something to the soup, and we cannot serve this soup today. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan. I like it. I think you'll enjoy it as well. It's brilliant. It's twisted.
Manarco's going to basically he's gonna signal at party to take care of the extra while he locks down the fancy man.
Above the table, which one is he considering the extra, and which one is he considering the fancy man?
The fancy man is the
fancy
one
man-
with the long blonde hair that I put it in the chat.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
The tiefling is the one
Manarco
with the
is-
horns. I shouldn't have to say that to you, but that's the one with the horns.
Well, yeah, no, I got that, but I mean, tieflings can be fancy.
Very well.
Let's not let's not make assumptions.
Before I charge in, can I make a check to see if that's a regular tiefling or not?
And in
This
the
could be a
middle of
demon.
in the middle of a conversation, you hear the name Gasselor. I think we should think about this. Perhaps we could use a different tactic. You know, with your disguising abilities, you could play a victim and say that the heroes did something to you. It would definitely change the views of those people in town.
Their suffering is delicious. I can savor it in the air.
You were asking me, Marco.
I was going to say, Can I make a check to see if that's actually a tiefling and not just a demon or devil or
Roll an
other
investigation.
demonic creature? $20.
Well, you think it's... You are about 80% sure it's a tiefling.
In that case, I am going to proceed to sprint in at maximum speed and grapple the fancy man.
Very well.
Gonna jump straight through the window.
Very well. As you jump through the window, and you burst through the window, they both look at you, surprised that you are there, and they say, "They were there all along, intruders!" And the one he named Casilor, pulls his sword, or reaches for his sword. Manarco, you have a free round. What would you like to do?
All right, first thing I'm gonna do.
And
Get right
by
up
the
in
way,
this man's
guys,
business.
of course, I'm gonna say this. Click on your tokens and roll initiative.
24 is a decent initiative. I probably would have gone first anyways, but that might give me 2 rounds if I get high enough.
Very
So
well.
the first thing I'm going to check to see if I have anything real fancy I could throw around.
And I don't have Lumpa in the initiative, and Brittany.
I'm gonna spend 1 charge from the Spindle of Fate to use Battle Foreknowledge, which allows me to add my my proficiency bonus to my initiative, my total roll.
Very well.
So that's gonna put me at 18.
So since I have a bonus round, and I think I have the highest initiative, so I get to go twice, right?
Can you guys
Lumpa roll a
see-
27.
Oh, she rolled 27.
No. I rolled a 30 and a 20. Can you guys see my rolls though?
I now
I-
can.
yes.
Oh, yeah, no, she rolled 3 times. It rolled 3 times.
Yeah, I rolled
it
the
was a
third time
30.
because it told me you wanted to send the results of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected, so I tried to select and then roll again to see if it works. But yeah, no. So Lumpa's gonna be 30 and Brittany 20.
Very well.
Would you like to give me the first round?
Of
So I can
course,
do
go
two
for
things.
it.
You already have the first round, Manarco.
Well, the second round, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a thing. So the first
Very
thing I'm gonna do is if D&D Beyond will work with me. Come on. Where did it go? I swapped pages and it disappeared. Okay, there. I'm going to use this to. They both now must do a DC 24 check or be frightened.
Very well. What is the check? Wisdom.
Yep.
Very well.
And then, since I was
They
given
both
the
failed.
next turn, I am going to tackle and restrain Kazindor.
Casilor.
Kazilor.
Very
With an
well.
L, not a D. Okay, Kazilor. Yeah, I'm going to tackle and restrain him and, tie this man.
Very well. How do you want to restrain him?
do I don't know if I actually have any rope in my inventory. Zach, do I not have rope? I guess I don't have rope.
I'm pretty sure Lumpa has some. I can. Can I toss
Actually,
him? Or...
Not,
No.
Actually,
not
I have
until
a
your
ri-
turn.
Oh, okay.
I have a really funny spell for this.
Okay.
I can just summon chains if I want to, right? A chain is technically a weapon. I guess a chain whip would be a weapon.
You could summon a whip.
Or a regular. I could summon a whip and tie him up with a whip.
Very well.
So I'm restraining him with a whip.
Very well.
Or a net. Actually, a net is a weapon.
A net is a weapon, yes.
Net is a weapon. So I'm gonna summon a net and I'm gonna tie him up with a net.
Okay. Tie him up with a net and a whip as well, because you can summon up to 5.
Oh. Yeah, and then I'll summon spears to nail it to the ground with, I guess, for the rest of the weapon.
Very well. So you tie him up with nail the net to the ground and a whip, and he is now restrained and afraid of you.
And afraid of me. I will then end my turn. So you guys can murderize the other guy.
Very well. And the tiefling, seeing you doing all that, turns and start to look for the exits. And Manarco, are you switching with Lumpa again? As that was a free round.
No.
Very well.
No.
So Lumpa, what would you like to do?
Right. I'll first approach a little bit so I can see what's going on in there. So right now we have Kazalor that is grappled, restrained.
Okay.
Right. By Manarco. Okay. I will approach the tiefling.
Yeah.
And I will attack with the humming longsword.
Very well.
How do I close this? Okay. Yeah, let's go for it. A green flame blade.
Green flame blade. Very well.
Yes, with a humming longsword. So, twice. Yeah, why not? I can't. Oh, man. How do I do this again? How do I roll again? Because it's just not letting me. Oh, there we go. Got it.
Did you roll?
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty much the only way a goddess of blade singers just pull her homing lung sword and rolls a nat 20, nat 1, as she wiggles that humming long sword around. Roll a flat d20 for me. Let's see how unlucky you are.
I thought my rolls were bad.
11.
Wow. Lumpa, you forgot to tie up your hair this morning. I mean, you just woke up and came straight here.
Not my hair.
And as you swung that
No.
that humming long sword with that blade made of pure sunlight, you've accidentally passed that through your head and gave yourself a short haircut. Very, very short.
Right. I guess,
You no longer have long hair. Now you guys can distinguish her from the simulacrum, because simulacrum still has full long hair, and
I am
well,
still
Lumpa,
trying,
you just drop,
horrified by what just happened.
you just drop your entire long white hair wig, voluptuous white hair wig on the ground, and on your head there's only well, a very short cut hair remaining, I should say. It's yeah.
I'll ace this new look as well.
Very well.
And at the end of the fight, I guess I'll pick up the rest and just, try to figure out some extensions. Let's try this again. I shall roll again. Does the 20 hit, by the way, or not?
A 20 does hit, yes.
Oh,
And-
so I can still roll my thing.
No, a 20 does not. No, that's a nat 1. That's always a fail.
So yeah. Oh.
That's always a fail.
Okay.
A nat
So
1 is always a
I
fail.
rolled-
A nat 20 is always a success on my tables, even if they've rewritten those rules for 2024.
Oh.
It's the
Have
one
they?
way. It's the one. No, it's even if they rewritten the rules. Nat 1 is always
Oh,
a fail.
oh.
Nat 20 is always a success. That's,
Okay, so I
we're
rolled
playing
a-
demigods. There's got to be at least one way you guys fail, and our one way.
Oh
you
my god, I'm rolling
wow,
so bad.
that's unbelievable.
I'm rolling so badly.
Very well.
Um,
Describe that second attack to us.
Oh, was that enough?
I don't know. Describe it.
Well, being very, pretty much pissed off of what I've just done, I guess I'm trying to aim for the horns of the guy,
Yeah.
of the tiefling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to.
As you aim for
Cut
the
them off.
horns, you ended up cutting his head horizontally in half.
Oh,
And
oh my god.
he falls to the ground, completely dead.
Can I? Oh. I didn't even get to use my green flame blade.
Well, the green flame blade did give a nice touch to his burning half head as he falls to the ground. I guess
But
it
I
made
still
more
have-
stylish.
I still have the. Whoopsie! Did I do something there? I still have. Oh yeah, I did. I didn't mean to do that. I still have the green flame blade to the
And
other person.
that gives another 20 fire to
To
your,
Kazalor.
yes, to Kazalor. And
How about
Kazalor,
Flip, though?
Kazalor
Pardon?
takes that fire, jumps in on his body, and he looks to it and he plays around with the flames.
Oh, I see. Can I quickly just look? Does that require an action to look at the? What is it? The clock that we have, to see whether I've done something bad or not.
Yeah, you can look at your clock. Depend where you put it. Where did you put your clock?
I don't want to tell everyone.
What do you mean?
Just-
They have a clock themselves, except for
On
Kitos.
my wrist. Then it's on my wrist.
You've put a sundial on your wrist. You have like a massive sundial on your wrist.
Why not?
That's fine. I mean, that's
Allow
how
it.
that's how a trend starts. Very well. And
Is it still at 7 minutes?
yes, it's still at 7 minutes.
Okay. And as a bonus action, I will do the my usual blade song, and that's the end of my turn.
Very well. Your usual blade song puts you at 33 AC and 75
Woohoo!
speed. Very well. By the way,
Sounds
I
good
just want
to
to point
me.
it out that another thing you forgot when you got up from bed this morning to, go outside and talk to XTHU and Manarco is
Right.
that Brittany has 0 equipment on her.
It's Brittany.
Brittany has 0 equipment on her. She doesn't even
Oh.
have a spellcasting focus. You can
You're joking.
you can refresh your character sheet and go to your inventory where you have the tab
Yeah.
for Brittany, and add the gear after this fight. You can add whatever gear you want there for her.
Right. Yeah, very good. So she's useless.
Well,
Go with me
she
because
can
my
still
eyes are
punch. She can still punch.
Right.
And
Amazing.
not all spells require fancy stuff.
Manarco.
I'm sure she has some feats or something she can.
She can still slap people. She can perhaps give you some of her hair.
Oh, did you just say that I was wearing a wig?
No, you've cut your hair as if you had just
okay.
removed a wig because you have a lot of it and very voluptuous white hair.
I have to convince.
And your hair floats and billows in the air by itself because of your air elemental descendants. Very well. So yeah, it's very nice. To make a wig out of it, someone's gonna make a lot of money selling that hair. Manarco, what would you like to do?
I just want to interject real quick and say that this is how you wake up on the light side of the force and end up on the dark side of the force before breakfast. I mean, yikes!
You get inspiration for that comment, XTU.
I already have it, so if anyone else needs, just let me know.
Manarco is going to look at Lumpa disappointedly. And then he's going to look at the man below him and then I'm going to say, are we done? Comment over.
Yeah.
I've got this man bound and restrained. It's time for interrogation? Advanced interrogation. Hands interrogation.
Very well.
So I'm going to roll I'm not sure if this would be considered investigation, but whatever the CIA does to people, that's what I'm going to do to this man.
Wow. Really going for the purity of your soul there. Very well.
My soul is pure. And it will stay that way as long as the filth is removed from the world.
Okay.
I am the divine janitor.
There is
get clean.
nothing morally reprehensible about torture. But go ahead, Manarco.
I never said I was morally pure. I said my soul was pure from the corruption of evil.
Your soul is pure. Your body, forget it. Go
it's
ahead,
covered in all sorts of grime.
Yeah. Manarco. So, what do you want to ask to this person after you cause pain to him, or you try to?
Well, I have lots. I am a fancy Inquisitor Paladin. I will do all of the things to him. I've got a book full of stuff, I'm sure.
Okay.
I want to know the plot that's going on, because he said there's like a ritual being performed, and he's been feeding people. He's been feeding these people other people, and I'd like to know why he's been doing that too. And while we're at it for good measure, tell me your whole evil plan so I can thwart it. Important plan. What I'm doing.
There was this woman one time walking through Hades' kingdom, and she talked about this paladin that was all righteous and thought that he was bringing good to the world. And then one time this paladin just attacked someone senselessly, and this woman went to try and stop him. And in his rage, he ended up hurting her and sending her to the realm of the dead. And she always described her mistake in believing that the good exists in all creatures. How old was she to try and see the good in that paladin? And most importantly, she described that the last thing she saw was the symbol in his armor. And I find quite coincidental as I look at your armor, and it sounds a lot like the description she had about that symbol. Tell me, Paladin, what is the god you follow that grants you the righteousness and the power to think that you can judge the poor people in this town for eating and cannibalizing their alms?
He's kinda my own. Now, that was not the question I asked. Answer the question. Or I'll show you my righteous fury.
He just looks at you as if he's thinking, and he just goes like,
No.
Hard way it is. Hey, it.
all right, what are you doing to him, Manarco?
Oh, you want me to actually start naming tortures? That's
Well, or attacks, up to you.
Send in Brittany to slap him around.
Well, I've got a lovely skill in all sorts of things. And I think I'm going to put some of them to use. Now, thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this net rope that I now have, and I'm going to hang this man from the ceiling. So he's now floating from his ankles.
Very well. The ceiling is not very high, so I'm gonna put him about 5 feet above the ground. And you said he's upside
Fine.
down.
Yep, he's hanging upside down now. Gonna go, okay. I'm asked the question again. Now upside down. Do you have a better view of the truth?
And as he's upside down, his head is hanging about the level of your hips. And he says,
Yeah. I can see that you're getting excited about this. I can see even through your armor that you get excited about doing this to me. Are you enjoying it? Do you want to send me to the 9 hells?
He's going to get decked for that one.
and
Note, all of my strikes are going to be non-lethal. I do not wish to accidentally kill him here.
very well.
Oh, he was just decked right in the schnoz.
Very well.
Well, actually, he's hanging upside down, so he's decked in the gut. Right, his head's a bit lower, so right in the gut.
Right in the balls.
No, right in the gut. You know, right in the solar
gut.
plexus.
Very well.
Yeah.
you hit him badly on the gut, and despite the fact that it seemed like it hurt, he is still very much alive.
Manarco is now going to lean down because the man was staring at his junk. So he's going to get down eye to eye with him, and he's going to say, "We're starting off easy, but if you don't answer my questions, it's going to get worse."
Manarco, roll intimidation. He's frightened of you, I must remind you, so you can roll with advantage.
Ooh. That's a 32.
And he says,
It's too late for you to stop it. It's too late for you to.
and you feel like he's having like this massive migraine just hit him really hard, and you can see blood dripping out of his of the corners of his eyes and his ears and nose. As the moment he started to talk, something happened to him.
I'm going to immediately cast Remove Curse and Lay on Hand.
And lay on hands for how much?
25 points.
Very well. You heal him from all the wounds you guys caused to him. And he's back to being brand new. And he's like,
So this is what paladins do. They cause you pain, and then they heal you, and then they cause you more pain, and then they heal you.
He's gonna look at it and go, it is very hard to find the truth if your subject is worrying about dying. So I can promise you, you needn't worry. Now, why don't you tell me why you can't tell me?
As I said earlier, it's too late to pay you. It's too late.
And again, you see blood coming out of his eyes, ears, and nose. And Lumpa, since you are there, you can roll an Arcana check. Of course, I'm gonna take you guys out of initiative because at this point, there's nothing to fight.
Man's tied to his healing. I don't think he can fight back, especially bleeding from the face and brain.
Lumpa, you seen this before. He's suffering a massive amount of psychic damage. He probably made some sort of jazz contract with someone. And
I'll hit him for another 10 points of healing.
Very well. So Lumpa, you think that because of the jazz, he is incapable of saying anything there about what is happening, but the only thing he managed to get out is that you guys are too late. And as he keeps saying too late, outside, Kitos, roll a perception check for me.
You're asking the blind guy to roll a perception check?
Yes.
All right.
It's not for your eyes.
Oh, okay.
So it seems that the storm is getting closer. You can smell the damp dirt in the air, and the smell that comes through the breeze of a storm. Maybe that's perhaps why there's no one on the streets yet. You can hear inside the house that Manarco is doing something to this creature, and the other one seems to have already been defeated. And Kitos, what can you tell us? What is your alignment?
Lawful neutral.
Very well. Whatever they're doing to this creature, it doesn't really make sense to you. Are you helping evil creatures? I mean, this seems a bit too much.
Why would Cornat just send me to them then? He does have. I always meet interesting individuals, though. The thing is, what am I? Sorry, I'll let you finish. I was just going to like myself and go like, that's why I'm not in there, and I'm with this. Wait, does Brittany have any clothes on?
Does Brittany have any clothes on? Yes, because that actually can come with the simulacrum.
Okay.
It's created as part of the simulacrum.
All right. When you said no equipment, I'm like, this looks bad. I'm like standing outside. I have this simulacrum with me, and they're torturing people in there.
And Brittany can also see the purple clouds and violet clouds, dark violet clouds approaching. And they're approaching, and that storm looks particularly dangerous, Brittany. And it seems quite violent that is approaching. The winds are getting stronger. There's a lot of lightning happening. And Brittany, roll a perception check for me.
No. Yeah, 18.
As you are looking to the clouds, you are under the impression that for a second there, you saw a glyph, an arcane glyph, glowing from the clouds. Just for a split second.
Well, what I will do is I'll run over to here. Thankfully, I can't see what's going on in here because it's not within my range.
Yeah.
But I can hear it.
Yeah.
I'll say, have you guys looked outside at the weather? The clouds look quite extreme. I know you're using your methods to pacify the situation, but I don't think he's going to be able to solve anything. We have to do something now, otherwise I feel like the weather out here is going to tear apart this village.
Okay, so I didn't quite get the last bit. So I see that you guys already used remove curse and it didn't work.
Yeah, remove curse didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
he
can I
said it was-
try dispel magic and also wish if dispel magic doesn't work?
He said it's psychic damage. If you have a way to give him immunity to psychic damage.
Pardon?
I said we were told that it seemed a lot like the backlash of psychic damage that we've seen before, and so if we have a way to magically stop psychic damage at the moment, that would probably work.
Well, Legend said that it was it appeared that he was under the effects of a geese spell, which is like a kind of a magical binding contract sort of a thing, which wish might work, but I doubt anything short of that would. Like, that's above the table. Sorry if that's metagaming. I'm not looking at.
That's all right.
I'm not looking at pages or anything. I'm just saying, like, from.
Well, if it was 9th level Gios, that might be the case.
No, at our like demigod level, you probably know most adventuring knowledge, so that's probably not too much stretch.
So
that you know what a kiosk is.
Okay. Okay. Did you when you used you used remove curse 3rd level?
Yeah, I use a double remove.
Okay. So maybe. Okay. I'll try. I will try. This I will. I'll call Brittany over and ask Brittany to do it. So I will. I will. Through Brittany, I will wish to end the gears that was put on.
Okay,
on the
so
guy.
she's going to spend her 9th level spell slot.
Pretty much.
Very well.
That's the simulacrum, yeah, Brittany.
Very well. How is she casting wish? What is that she's wishing for, or how is she using the spell?
Oh, I just said it earlier. Is that not enough? I said that she's gonna wish for the gears to end without question.
Yes, there are different ways.
The gears on the guy one.
There's different ways she can do that. She can she can upcast dispel magic. She can actually wish for that effect to end.
Okay, because I wanted to upcast dispel magic at the 9th level, so I don't need to. So it's gonna work if I do that, right?
No, I'm just asking how. I'm not saying if it's working or not, because I cannot say that. You have to try. So I'm just saying, if you're casting wish, I'm asking what is the mechanic you are using, because just saying you want to end the gear spell, there's like 10 different ways you can do that.
Okay. So I wish that whatever gear spell was put on Kazalor, for it to end.
Very well. As Brittany is a simulacrum and she attempts to cast wish, her head blows up. And
Oh my god.
and she's now headless, just like a headless chicken. Her body walks around desperate, trying to she putting the hands on the stump that is now her neck, trying to look for the head, and realizing that there is no head in there, and she's no longer able to survive without a head, and then she perishes as her body falls motionless on the ground. That was a short-lived simulacrum, I have to say. Lumpa, as a potential future goddess of magic, you should know that you may bring a simulacrum to life by wishing casting one, but if you ask your simulacrum to cast wish, that is just too powerful of a spell for a construct to use. And unfortunately, there's also a loophole in the game that when you try to use on my tables, it happens that the creature ends up headless. So that's the end of the simulacrum wish loophole, guys.
I thought that was the case if the simulacrum would wish for like another simulacrum or something like that,
Yeah,
or would cast simulacrum.
Can't cast wish.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Lumpa did, but she forgot. Oh, you're so forgetful these days, Lumpa.
On the upside, now there's just Lumpa hair all over the place that you can gather up to make yourself more extensions.
Yeah.
Something I will do indeed.
You have to unfortunately, when a simulacrum dies, it goes back to become just melted snow, and that eventually turns to a puddle of water because it was a construct. So Brittany had a very short life, and she becomes just a puddle of water on the ground now.
I'm so upset that I will cast wish with Lumpa.
Excellent.
And I will not say the words again, but are the ones that I already said would.
You're not gonna say the
But
words again. You gotta say the words again if you're gonna cast wish. It
my
requires a
God.
verbal component. Come on.
I wish that the gears spell put on Kazalor ends.
Excellent. Excellent.
No question.
And-
Yeah.
Very well. And as you're casting that to reshape reality, it comes the
Oh.
most fun type of roll a DM can ask someone to do.
No.
Roll a d6. On a 1 or a 2, you are never able to cast wish ever again, Lumpa. Wow, a demigoddess of
can I-
magic, unable to cast
can I-
wish.
Can I lucky point it?
No.
Can I do anything to give myself advantage?
Well, we are using 2024 rules, so technically you can use inspiration to re-roll any die, so you could potentially use your inspiration to re-roll if needed be.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
It's
what?
needed.
First
Yes.
roll the die.
Yes. Yeah, I did. Oh, I wasn't on roll 20. I'm sorry. I rolled first the 1. So then I rolled a 6.
All right, very well. You rolled a 1, and now you rolled a 6. Very well. Spend your inspiration, your heroic inspiration. What a cheat! What a cheat! That took out of all the fun out of it. Very well. Nonetheless,
Wouldn't have been fun if I couldn't cast wish again, I must say, after I cut my hair as well and Brittany perished.
on the same day, you destroy your hair. You blow. You didn't woke up in a good. You should have.
No,
perhaps you
I
should
did.
go back to bed and
I
sleep a
woke
little
up
bit.
very
better.
well. I woke up very well. Things just took a different turn.
I know. The day just getting out of you, and it's so early in the morning. Very well.
No.
Refresh your character sheet as your strength is now 3, and roll 2d4 for me. And let's see for how long your strength's 3.
2d4s. Let's roll a 1 now. No, 5.
5 days. For 5 days, your strength is 3.
Amazing.
Very well. And don't forget to burn your 9th level spell slot.
I did.
Very well. And with that, Lumpa, Kazilor finally is able to talk. And he says,
Wow. I can't believe you cast wish just to free me. You are such an idiot.
and as he's laughing, flames erupt from his body and burn
What
through
have
the
I
net. And,
What have I done?
and burn
I'm so
through the
sorry,
net.
guys.
And burn through the whip, and he flies up in the
Wait.
air.
Wait.
He flies.
Wait.
He
I'm
not
getting
flies.
my
Sorry, he
ninth
levitates.
spell. I'm getting my 9 spell back, and I'm reversing whatever I did.
Nope, no backsies, and he levitates upwards in the air as he flips himself up. And Manarco, now this looks like devil stuff to you. Now this looks like something a devil would do. Like, what's up with the flames? And the guy just burning. Was he just playing with all of you? And he says,
I have to say, this was more fun than I had in Avernus last time I visited. I mean, took a little long. I have to say, as a paladin, you know your way to someone's heart. That torture was delicious. I was enjoying quite particularly the part where you healed me. After all, that gave me so many ideas when I go back to the mine house. I'm gonna definitely introduce some of your material. I hope you don't mind me getting it. I mean, it's really good quality stuff. Wow. And then you released me from my jail cell. Thank you. I have to say, it's been quite a few hundreds of years since I decided to sign that contract, that Asmodeus contract in the Nine House, and well, it's I have to say, no one that I ever knew ever had the power to get me.
Sorry to interrupt, but as he's talking, Ixtiel is going to use Jiren's tentacle whip to strike this guy in the back of his frickin' neck.
Very well.
And rolled a nat 20.
Very well. And
You guy.
go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, yikes. Okay, because there's a bunch of extra damage stuff on this one. Okay, so we got the initial damage, which is whip. And, all right, there's that. And then an extra...
So this guy is a devil or a demon?
You think he's definitely a fiend. You're not quite sure what he is. But you're definitely sure that he's some sort of fiend.
Oh.
And,
So, fun fact. The spear I've been using this entire... Well, it's technically a javelin that I've been using this entire time. Is technically an anti-fiend weapon. It's just we don't fight a lot of those. So much extra damage right now.
Very well.
It's a shame I don't want to kill him. It's a shame the one time I fight something that I could kill easily. Don't want to kill him. I wasn't done.
Go ahead,
so-
XTU. Go ahead, XTU.
yeah, I was just going to say that, so...
You
That,
gotta roll that damage
that-
twice.
Oh, right. Is that just the base damage or also
No,
the,
everything.
like,
Just roll the
extra
entire
magic
pool of
damage?
damage. What fun is there in rolling just the?
Okay. Well then, bingo bango. And then, because I gotta open this thing up to do the extra psychic damage again. And then on top of that, when you get a D20, when you get a nat 20 on the attack roll for this weapon, the target is stunned until the end of its next turn.
Excellent. And as you hit him on the back, and the whip just slices through his flesh. As he flashes opens up, you've noticed that his flesh is this dark red, devilish dark red, and he seems to enjoy. He even lets escape a weird sound like "Ooh, yeah!" And he seems to have particularly enjoyed. As he looks at you, his eyes crossed, and he says,
Oh my god.
yes, he's speaking falteringly because, well, he can't speak properly now after you apparently gave him some sort of climax.
Nice.
That's awful. Thank you.
I'm just watching this happen.
Manarco, as he's levitating in the air and his hips are right in front of your face, now you can make the same observation about him than the one he did about you just early on in this scene. He seems to have enjoyed quite a lot, let me put it this way. He enjoyed so much you can see his enjoyment through his attire. And yes,
Can I make a
he's
legendary action to punch him in the nuts?
by all means.
He's right in front of me. He's just dangling him in front of me, right in punching distance.
Excellent.
So you're looking to just get sprayed right in the face then?
As you punch him in there, he was already crossed eye, and he just turns to you and says, and his whole body shivers, and as his whole body shivers, a dark red flames appear from the ground, consume his entire body, and he disappears.
I'd like to divinely negate whatever that is.
You can't divinely negate death. And when a fiend dies, you send him back to the plane where he came from.
But I
The
wasn't
only way
killing
to
him.
Sorry?
I specified beforehand that all of my attacks are non-lethal.
Well, you took enough damage to go unconscious. If not from you, from XTU. So even if your damage was not lethal, he took enough lethal damage to be sent back to the Nine Hells. And yes, it seems he's just consumed by the flames. And he's gone, Manarco. And he was gone, and I have to say, the image of him crossing his eyes while looking at you with almost endearment in his gestures is going to be branded in your mind and in your memory for the rest of your existence. Some things can't be unseen.
On the bright side, if he shows up again, I think we have an in now that you guys have that like intimate personal connection.
And yes, that is true. If he shows up again, you guys already he'll probably be very predisposed to, have a nice conversation with all of you.
Manarco's gonna say nothing, and instead, I'm going to cast Clue.
Clue. When you cast this spell,
Yeah.
all footprints and fingerprints within 30 feet emanation originating from you become highlighted and glow faintly for the duration. When you cast a spell, choose any point in time up to 10 days ago. Only footprints and fingerprints left between that time and the present will be highlighted. Each creature that leaves footprints and fingerprints is assigned a unique color but are not otherwise identified. Any creature that moves or touches objects when the emanation within the emanation will also leave colorful footprints and fingerprints, which might reveal invisible creatures in the area. Very well, Manarco, as you cast that, the entire how many days ago do you put this for?
I'm gonna say the last 36 hours.
Very well. The entire place, this is being used as a kitchen. This entire place is glowing with multicolored footprints and fingerprints everywhere. There are no invisible creatures around.
Okay. I'm attempting to figure out where he was, you know. You was talking about the other, like there's another ritual going on. I was trying to see if there's any clues to where who might be responsible for the ritual, and if I could track them down via the clues here.
You wouldn't be able to identify just based on the aura of those footprints and fingerprints. But they cover this entire area, which tells you that many people have been here.
Huh. That's interesting.
Lumpa, you can smell the soup. It actually smells quite good, surprisingly.
Is that an invitation?
No.
No, I'm not touching that.
If you, well, if you want to eat the soup, it's up to you. That's definitely gonna put you on the dark side of the force.
Yeah, no, I ain't touching that. I wasn't gonna touch that anyway.
Very well. For the rest of you, you can hear the storms getting closer, and it started to rain now in this place.
Is there anything, by the way, I don't know if anyone asked, but is there anything left from this tiefling? Anything
Yes, there is.
at all?
His entire body is there.
Anything else more interesting?
You mean you want to loot the tiefling?
Why not?
By all means.
Haven't done this in a long time.
Very well. As you check the tiefling's pockets, you find there that this tiefling has... Wow, that's 2 nat 20s! Look at that! Guys, I'm playing the lottery tonight! Yeah!
Wow. You should give yourself inspiration.
Double nat 20s! Wow, I give myself inspiration after that. Lumpa, you're incredibly lucky. You find there 40 gold pieces. These people are starving, and this guy had 40 gold pieces in his pocket. What the hell is happening here?
Oh. Naughty tiefling.
Wow, double nat 20s. Talk about, wow, I'm feeling lucky now. I'm gonna definitely playing the lottery tonight. Let's use that luck to something. Very well. Lumpa. What else? You find on him a scimitar as well, but that's just a normal scimitar. A common scimitar.
All right.
Very well.
Well, I guess. So, are we gonna do anything about that storm outside? How is it looking still? Is it getting closer?
You can't see from inside the house. You have to go outside if you want to see it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It feels dangerous, and it's pretty wet outside, I gotta say, as I'm feeling and smelling the air.
Very well.
Can I roll a nature check to understand anything that couldn't be understood
Of
about
course,
this?
by all means, roll a nature check.
I'd like to roll a religion check to see if this is a demonic storm.
It's not my evening tonight. Not at all.
Wow. Lumpa, Ixtihi was right. Nature is beautiful and perfect, and I don't. Who understands nature? How can nature make things so beautiful? You know, it's truly amazing. It's truly amazing. This all of this. I think it's truly like how beautiful. All of that's so beautiful. It's truly something.
Mother Nature.
Mother Nature, isn't it amazing?
I mean, just look at them clouds.
Look at them clouds. Beautiful. Beautiful clouds. Yeah. Who else was rolling or asking me? Manarco, were you asking me something?
Hey, Marco's gonna step outside, look right up into the storm, and I'd like to roll religion to see if this is devil or demonic fuckery. Devilish fuck.
That's an arcana.
It's Arcana?
Yes.
Damn. I tried.
Roll arcana.
19.
You think this is not a natural phenomenon. You do think that this is caused by magic.
Close enough to what I was looking. So,
And as you are all looking outside, you started to notice that the lightnings across the clouds are gigantic. They cross through this entire village. In fact, let me give you guys a closer view of where you stand in this village. Let's give a more helicopter view of where you are. It is truly amazing. There's the purplish clouds and the lightning thunders flowing around. They are so huge. And while you are staring at it, you see those violet and cobalt lightning just stitching the sky together, and as it seems to be almost as if it's ripping apart like wet canvas. And through it, you start to see pouring out this black tidal weight, almost like a sea without a dark night sky, or a sea without stars. You feel like heat just flees your body. Sound around you thins out. You see candles inside the houses and where you were snuffling. In the horizon, something arises. And it keeps getting closer and getting vast. A glistening mass rolling in slow gyres. Each swirl of it seems to be diminishing the space in this world. As you see it hitting the ground, this mass starts to touch rooftops, and the slate turns to silence. Wherever these mass kisses the streets, it seems like the cobbles on the ground even forget they were ever stone. You see arrows fly as they vanish mid-air without a ripple. You see screams all around you as people start to run around. And you hear someone shouting in the middle of the rain, mid-air, and then you look up. You see the Doomcaller floating, flying in the sky. As he's shouting at the people in the village, you kind of have to focus to hear what he's saying. And you think he's saying something like, something in the lines of, I told you they would bring the end of this world. Here it is. I hope you have enjoyed the remainder of your time, as these Knights of the End have brought nothing but death and annihilation to all of you. And as it says that, the mass that is touching that is dripping from the sky, and starting to curve, to flow through the alleys, it starts to raise almost a head or a skull. And that's when all of you see that this is a sentient being. As it floods through the streets, this is a massive sentient being. You have heard of it, Lumpa, but you have never seen one before. And the only reason why you heard about it is because you spent so much time in the astral plane. This is known as a blob of annihilation. It's a coagulation of cosmic entropy conjoined to the remains of dead gods. It's a malicious entity that drifts through wild space and multiversal expanses, inimical to life. Vast regions where the chance of encountering is quite low, actually. The blob is one of the greatest threats to any realm that it touches. And once unleashed, the blob can destroy vast lands and can even consume entire worlds, engulfing it in its hunger. As it consumes anything it encounters, sweeping forests, villages, fortresses in its mass, the more it consumes, the more it expanses. Without air or gravity within it. And it seems it's not affected by its surroundings either. It's made of entropic forces that destroy whatever they engulf. Nothing can survive within the blob of annihilation for too long. And, well, you guys figured that out because as you are looking at that massive skull-like rising from the ground as the blob descends from the sky, as you are looking at that, you've noticed something floating and in the middle of the blob, something partially dissolved. Holy moly, is that a dead Tarrasque? Oh my god, it consumed a Tarrasque! There's a dead Tarrasque floating inside this blob. That gives you more or less an idea of what you're dealing with. Lumpa, would you like to share that knowledge with the rest of the party, since you're the only one who knows enough about the astral plane? To even have heard about this such a rare thing?
Might as well scare the others as well. Yes, of course I am.
Very well. And as you look up to the Doomcaller, and he looks down at you and he says, as if defying you, his voice changes, and he seems to now be talking with the voice of 1,000 different individuals. His voice changes as he goes along, and he says,
"Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this actually quite entertaining? Look at their despair. Look how they run around the town. Look how they think that there's a way to escape this. This world will be consumed. There is nothing to be done.
They have
Help me talk with this sort of black magic that brings these creatures.
To this realm. And look at that, it actually worked.
I mean, I've read that book once. And it actually works.
It is quite, I must say, it is quite a feat. And it's one of those occasions that one just needs to sit down and enjoy.
And as he's saying that, and you hear the village bell tolls in the background, sorry, and you see doors that just buckle inward, and you see leaves to just drop out of trees, and you see people shouting for names and tongues that you don't understand. And the storm above seems to be feeding this creature with bolts, running into the mass, and the bolts don't come out. There is a curved curl that heaves towards the square. You can sense almost like a heartbeat in this town slowly stopping as everyone comes out to embrace their last moments thanks to the Doomcaller. At some point their despair just turned to the lessons they've learned, and instead of following their impulses to flee, they just follow their impulses to stay and enjoy their last moments. And suddenly you see people, well, fornicating in the middle of the street as they try to enjoy their last moments before the blob swallows them. You see others stabbing innocents, and you see others just reaching into the bar and drinking everything they can out of the pub. You see others hugging their loved ones, and it's staying together as they are all hugging as a little family, waiting for the end to come. And well, as he finishes his words and the bell tolls on the background, at some point they just seem to fade in the distance. You hear it for a little bit, and then whoever was nailing the bell seemed to have given up. And above the fountain, floating 500 feet or so above the fountain in the air, the Doomcaller lowers his hood. And the mask does not fall. It kinda unwrites as what remains in its place is a young, almost pharaonic face, ageless and amused, framed in his robes. He seemed to be drinking the lightning from the sky and give back this strange color to you. Upon his brow sits a twin-crowned diadem that glows with its own light. His eyes carry this lazy sparkle on it, and the joke he's already told, and you are only now catching. He doesn't even raise his voices, he just tilts it.
Did you think I preached?
No afterlife.
Because I feared it.
There is no afterlife for you.
When I arrived,
The blob of annihilation continues to move and consume everything in its path as it's listening through the storm. And he says,
I am the message
Ever blasphemy
you've ever whispered.
to a lost sky. The core here
in every ritual footnote, the ticket taker.
at the end of all respectable place. Yes.
Your cloaks are adorable.
Dragons count hours. I count endings.
Come now.
You want them to know
A street preacher.
That calls down the making of worlds. Because a street preacher is a malevolent disguise.
His flesh starts to contort, and a name seems to flood your mind as you start to see first the massive tongue that becomes his head. He is known as the crawling chaos, the messenger, the herald, the master of ceremonies. All the titles flood to your mind. You have seen him before, perhaps in a nightmare. A tall, slim figure. As he becomes into something you can't quite comprehend. He has a name, and you are trying to remember how to pronounce it. He is in this form known as the Scourge of Thousand Forms. Although this is known as the Bloody Tongue form, as his head turns into this horrid creature that rends and tears foes into pieces. You heard of him. You can't remember where, until strange symbols you thought you didn't understand appear at the back of your mind. And from there, you've known his name. It was written in those symbols you shouldn't have read. Nyarla-what. Nyarla-what. This is an Eldritch Horror, and a famous one. He is known as the messenger, the herald, for all the other creatures in the far realm. A creature with powers that are beyond yours. A true god in this, well, at least to the standards of the multiverse. In the far realm, is just another denizen. But in here, a true god, and perhaps even more. But maybe you're just looking at an aspect of it, and that might be your luck. The blob continues to consume the town, and it's coming in your direction towards the main square. And on one side, you have the blob, and above the main square, 500 feet up in the air, you have the crawling chaos itself, with its bloody tongue head. And before you guys tell me what you want to do next, I think it's the perfect timing for us to take a quick bio break. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes, everybody. I hope you guys use these 10 minutes wisely. 10-15 minutes, we'll be right back.
Well, I mean, it could have been worse. We got one of the smaller ones.
On the bright side, still plenty of soup left.
Yeah. You know, I kind of feel like the protagonist of a horror movie, just wildly oblivious to all of the signs. Although, to be fair, at least I have a valid in character.
Exactly.
Manarco just assumed demons. You know, all the stuff that's going on is stuff demons would do. So he just assumed demons, or I guess it's devils. Deity is confusing when it comes to the two.
Fiends. There you go. Just say fiends. That covers both demons and devils.
Yeah. Like, but you know, no, that works for, you know, that definitely works for Nyarla-what.
Not because that's a thing from the outer planes,
that's
whatever.
That's an outer god. No, that's a straight outer god.
Yeah.
Full blown.
Yeah, so
it's a lesser outer god, but that thing's a real god. We're only demigods.
But that's like well outside the realm of what you can consider a fiend. That is.
No, that's an abomination.
Yeah.
An aberration? I think it's an aberration.
Something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure the exact distinctions in that department, but yeah.
Yeah, we got the Nyarla-what is an outer god, but he's also a servant to other outer gods. So we kind of got like lesser outer god. You know, it could have been worse.
Yeah, we got the court gesture in in a court where like the lowest rung on the totem pole could kick our ass for breakfast.
That we got like the butler or the accountant.
There you go. Yeah, the butler is definitely the better.
Right, like we got the old one god equivalent of a butler, and he's still gonna kick our asses.
Yeah.
Oh no, that man is still a full god. We're half gods. It's a problem.
Yeah, it is.
And that's not including the world-eating entity behind him.
Yeah, that is a problem. Although, to look at it another way, that world-eating entity behind him might just be the solution, because if that thing eats the world, then none of us get born, and boom, mission accomplished.
Yeah, but if the world gets destroyed, we fuck up the timeline even more. And then the God of Time isn't going to forgive us twice. He's just going to erase us from existence and fix the shit himself.
Well, I mean, fair enough, but also that's not really our problem, because we'll have been eaten along with the rest of the world already.
Yeah.
So we can just sit here and work on our tans while the world gets devoured. And yeah, Cronapsis could just sort it out later. I'm not saying that's what we should do. I'm just saying that, like, nihilistically, that is an option on the table that does technically work. It's not interesting to listen to or watch or play, but it is an option.
I mean, if we all get murked valiantly in this fight, you know, at least we end it on a high note. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Also, it's kind of we hit one of those funny things where the small guy is the worst problem here. The big thing's a problem, right? But like, the small guy's a god, so problem.
Yeah, I mean, this is given up very much Silver Surfer and Galactus vibes, except in this case, the Silver Surfer is the one with more power and definitely not gonna, you know, turn good guy anytime soon or ever.
Yeah. I actually don't know how to kill this guy, honestly. We can try to banishment the big one. Send it back to the astral. But for the little guy,
I think the little guy is not much of an issue as the blob of annihilation or whatever that's called.
I disagree.
That's worse.
The little guy is a god.
Oh, and the other one not?
No, the big thing is just a world-eating entity. The little guy is an old one, you know, outer god. But unlike the abominations we've been fighting so far, that guy's an actual outer god. Order of magnitude stronger than everything we fought so far. He's a problem. One I don't actually know how to kill. Now, I will say, it could have been worse. It could have been Haster.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, you know, out of the gods that like to make people insane, Nyarla-what is not as bad as Haster. Of course, if it was Haster, there would have been, you know, there would have been signs. Nyarla-what signs could have been misinterpreted. Haster signs, well, I haven't seen any King in Yellow plays going on, so I think we're good.
I feel like if it had been Haster, we'd all have had to make multiple sanity checks already. Like, since we got it, like a lot more sanity checks already, and we would have failed all of them, and we would all be insane at this point.
I have a feeling if we were fighting Haster, it'd be a lot more. It'd play a lot more mechanically, like dealing with a false Hydra.
Mm.
I have a feeling it'd be
sense.
something like that. Because, oh, hey, that play's in town. Have we seen that play before? We've never seen this play before. Why does it sound so familiar? You've never seen this play before. Everything is yellow. Why is everything yellow? You can't remember what's wrong with the color yellow.
Why are all my clothes yellow? Did I dress in yellow? I don't remember dressing in yellow, but I mean, it does suit me so well. But I don't like yellow. But it's so good. Yeah, I'm thinking that, and again, this is all above the table, so gonna have to like RP appropriately, whatnot. I'm thinking that we focus on the big guy and not on Nyarla-what. I'm certain I'm mispronouncing that. Just on account of he seems more intent on watching at the moment. Now, whether or not he decides to get involved once we start, doing our thing, if we seem to be effective, like that's beyond our control, but for right now it seems like he's more interested in
I'm back.
The talking and the watching. Welcome back.
So
that's fair. I do think we should attempt to, like, I don't know if anybody has any 9th level banishes up their butts, but this would be the time for one.
The only banishment I have is death with my fists.
All right. Well, if you want to go punch the giant monster blob hard enough to kill it, then I think that's a great plan.
Well, I do deal force damage, and my astral form doesn't touch it directly, so that is plausible.
Okay, I'm calling that Plan A then.
But the blob, I feel like it's easier to take care of. The giant tongue dude, I'm more worried about.
That's kind of general consensus. Where I'm thinking is that so far the Nyarla-what, the tongue dude, doesn't seem to attack directly. So right now, I think, and I could be entirely wrong on this, so this is just my gauge on where things are at based on what I'm seeing so far, is that if we focus kind of entirely on big monster blob, deal with that problem first, and then figure out what to do about Nyarla-what, because that's a much more complicated, problematic issue.
I just don't
on
want you guys,
so many levels.
I just don't want you to do that blob because he has that curse on you guys, and he can just force you to roll a low number. And I'll replace the number with this low number.
I'm pretty sure he rolled like a 19 for me, so I'm not too worried about it.
No, but two of them have like a 4 and a 2.
Yeah.
And I have flight. Well, sorry, go for it.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say I think I got the 4, but I don't remember. I know it was a bad roll on my end. Anyway, go ahead.
Fortunately, I have all speed, like, fly, climb, swimming, walk, and I can just, hit and run this blob. But the tongue guy is what I'm more terrified about. I don't know if one of us could deal with him. He's like 500 feet in the air.
Oh no, like there's no chance that, like, and again, all this above the table, like there's no chance any of us can deal with him. Like, not one-on-one, probably not all 4-on-1. Like, that's a losing battle.
Well, let me just throw in my napkin for a second. We'll figure this out.
Very well. As we're all back. Lumpa, you there? Haven't heard Lumpa since suddenly.
Yes, I'm back.
All right. Very well. It seems you guys are in quite a conundrum now. And I have to say, I have to add a little bit more of a little seasoning to the mix. Lumpa, as you look at your massive sundial wristwatch, the arm of the clock, the hand of the clock moves from 7 minutes to 8 minutes to midnight.
What?
It goes back 1 minute.
Okay. Promising, but I don't. Yeah. I'm confused.
Above the table. So wait, does that mean that, like, the joke I made in the during the intermission was actually right? That if we just sit back and let this thing consume the world, that we accomplish our goal?
I didn't hear the joke. But
well, I mean, it was basically just what I just said.
Very well.
That we could just sit back and let this thing consume the world, and then none of us will ever be born in the future, and then boom, mission accomplished.
That's something for you guys to decide.
Okay, that's a little disturbing.
You are here to prevent yourselves from ever being born. If this place has something to do with your past, perhaps allowing it to perish would fulfill your quest. Perhaps.
It is destiny.
And from the storm above you, coming down from the clouds, you hear someone down there on the streets pointing up and say, "Look, it's the mayor! The mayor is back!" And a creature floats about the same level as it comes down from the clouds as Nyarla-what. And Nyarla-what looks at it and booms its voice that can be heard in every corner of this city.
It's a bit too late
For you to be coming and trying to intervene. Not even with all your might.
You mayor.
You are going to be able to stop this now.
I mean, I admit you've tried. You've tried, but you are no hero.
And Lumpa, you are an Ergenasi, so you know a genie when you see one. That is a large air elemental creature that is much larger than a normal genie. This one is about the size of Nyarla-what. It's a huge creature. And it seems to have used some sort of power to even grow even bigger. For you guys to have an idea of the size of the blob of annihilation, this creature is gargantuan at this point. And Nyarla-what is large. This creature is gargantuan. And this creature, well, this creature just keeps growing the more it consumes.
They do not have a size chart for blobs of annihilation.
No. There is no cap.
However,
Its starting size is a titan. That's its starting size. Just
considering it's currently the size of like 2 steady blocks, it's a problem. I'm gonna size it at a problem. I think that's appropriate size. A problem.
And you guys see the mayor in mid-air, floating as if someone. You can see that genie with the wind blowing its hair. The hair. That hair is so voluptuous. It looks like clouds. You see the genie controlling the wind around itself. As it drifts through the clouds, the storm above it becomes different. It feels as if you're looking at a wonder of the multiverse. I mean, genies are so elegant in so many ways. They create this air bubbles around them, so you can see there's the rain hitting this air bubble and just going around, and you can see the little bubble mid-air with the genie inside. They look serene, and at the same time quite imponent with the storm and the control of the storm around them. Now, genies are powerful creatures. Depending on how old they are, how primordial they are, they might even be able to grant wishes and this kind of stuff. So yeah, it's and they are saying this is the mayor. What? The mayor of this town is a genie? Let me give you guys some time to absorb and decide what are you gonna do now. What is your strategy here? Hey, Lumpa,
Yeah.
you might want to chip in. Just saying.
All right, so I'm thinking that first step, let's go talk to the mayor and see what she can offer realistically in terms of like dealing with the whole blob of annihilation situation. Because if she got wish granting powers, then I'm thinking, let's wish that thing away. Just as a suggestion above the table.
So are you trying to save this world? Because just a moment ago, XTU, you were just telling me that your idea was to leave the blob of annihilation just to consume this world and do your quest for yourself.
Yes.
I think that was out of character, though.
Oh yeah. Well, also my most recent suggestion that was in total like contradiction to my previous suggestion was also out of character. But
Very well.
my character is insane, so most of his thoughts are going to be in contradiction, and most of my above the table thoughts are going to be subsequently, contradictory. So kind of it just depends on what we're trying to accomplish at the time.
Very
Help
well.
you guys out. What are you trying to accomplish? Chronapus didn't tell me that.
I'm not entirely sure.
And Lumpa, I have to say, someone in the crowd near you say, "Oh my God, I can't believe Lord Mayor Umpasha Zephyr has come back to try and save us from the death." Lord Mayor Umpasha Zephyr. Wow, what a name.
Lumpa, if you are talking, you are on mute. Just a heads up.
Sorry. Sorry, Legend, can you repeat the last part about Yom Pasha?
Yes, someone on the street just says, "I can't believe Lord Mayor Umpasha Zephyr came to try and save us from this annihilation, from the end of the world." And it seems Lord Mayor Umpasha Zephyr is here to try and stop whatever Nyarla-what is trying to do. Although, you guys are demigods, and you have enough knowledge to know that Lord Mayor Umpasha Zephyr is way above her head. Way above her head. She's definitely going to, or I should say Lady Mayor Umpasha Zephyr. And she's way above her head.
I'm not entirely sure, guys, if you guys have a plan or thinking about something, because I don't know. I feel like we shouldn't just sit and wait, because it's just gonna create more and more bad, more hazard to other worlds and this one and whatnot. So I don't think that this is the solution.
Oh, what do you guys recommend? You were sent here on a mission, and I see there's a conflict in the sky and behind us. What do you guys want to do?
Well, XTU seems to change his mind every 5 minutes, so it depends on where when it depends when you ask.
Can I? Am I right to kind of say that this Lady Mayor Umpasha Zephyr is a is basically like a relative of Lumpa.
I would say it's not very far-fetched theory because you are an air genasi, which means you have ancestry with air elementals. It wouldn't be far-fetched to think that there's a genie in your past, since you have, a lot of aptitude with magic, and you were always a natural with magic and wielding magic. So yeah, you wouldn't be far-fetched, but you're talking here 8,000 years in the past, so who can tell for sure? But I mean, it's not like there's anything about this creature that indicates that it could be right. It's
No, not
something
even the
ancestral.
name.
No, that is I have no idea. I mean, in all fairness, having those double O's are very common in air elemental names, so
Right. Okay. Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
I mean, that's. As a player, I want to go fight the big monster. As a character, I don't know. I kind of want to go fight the big monster, but also that's probably not the best idea given our stated goals, since the magic clock seems to say that the big monster eating this town seems to be good for our stated goal.
Well, it could also been that the mayor showing up is what caused the clock to go back an hour or two.
Let's not forget this. You tortured someone, you guys punched him in the balls, your simulacrum's head exploded, and you like to whip people. Honestly, I think we can think of something here.
I think all of that made the clock go.
the
back.
lady mayor showed up after the clock had moved.
So you're saying that we need to make more bondage porn?
And now this just became R-rated, so folks, we're gonna have to.
Sorry for saying it out loud. Sorry for saying it out loud. Cut that part out later. Yeah, let's just.
I failed this. What's wrong with corn? Corn on the cob is delicious.
Yes, corn. Yes, we're all saying corn.
Corn. He said
Yes.
corn.
Yes,
I
corn.
heard corn. I don't know about you.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, corn. Yes.
Very, very normal thing to talk about.
Of course.
Yeah, sorry. My mic is weird. So yeah, sometimes vowel sound our consonant sounds come across the wrong way.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. We're all talk about corn. Of course.
Yes.
So the real question is, do you guys, I guess, as Kitos is like listening in a situation, do we either leave entirely? Do you want to fight the ever pending doom? Or are you planning on fighting this magical person that's in the air that people are talking about? Or beat everyone up? Or fight everyone?
Or you just want to take all that corn, make some popcorn, and just sit back and watch the world be consumed by this blob.
Well, you see,
that is an option.
I think the problem here is I don't think we're capable of running away. That's a world-eating blob and a outer god. Even if it's not the biggest outer god, that's still a full god and a full problem. And
I'm confident in my walk speed, my 80 flight.
The genie is going to buy us, 5 minutes at best? 2 seconds at worst? Depends on how quick they get annihilated.
went with
that's
haste
a
in my flight.
gargantuan genie.
Yeah, but a genie, I don't know how well a genie does in a fight against God.
No, all I'm saying is that Tarrasque is taking a while to digest. You can see the Tarrasque floating inside the body of the blob of annihilation. And it's clearly a dead Tarrasque, but it's taking a while to digest. So the blob of annihilation might take a while to digest Lady Mayor Pasha Zephyr. I mean, you know Pasha Zephyr is above, way above her head here. This is a different league altogether. She's not even a mythic creature. She's not even a god or nothing like that. And she's here to fight the blob of annihilation with Nyarla-what just there, probably eating some popcorn now, as you guys talked so much about corn that Nyarla-what probably just pulled a bucket now and he's just eating and watching the show from afar.
Yeah, he's eating all that bondage corn.
All that bondage corn, popcorn. Yes.
That's right.
It's my favorite brand. It's extra salty.
Yes. Yeah. It's
I like all
it's
that butter
extra
on it.
sticky, yes.
Oh, God. That makes it so much worse. Okay.
I think we should fight them all. As in, yeah.
Fight
I don't
them
know.
all.
Wait. Not all of them. Let's not.
Oh,
That's not
sounds
our
good.
side.
Honestly,
It's amazing. Very
you
well.
guys can take him. You can take him.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't particularly know what to do about. We can attempt to banish the blob back to the astral or wherever it came from, but Nyarla-what, no idea what to do about that one.
I think our best bet with the blob is trying to, through Lady Mayor Pasha Zephyr, cast Wish to banish the blob of annihilation. And then figure out, how we want to be destroyed by Nyarla-what after that. That's my best plan. But I'm open to suggestions because that's not a very good plan, admittedly.
By the way, guys, besides that skull that is inside the blob, which is likely the skull of a dead god that the blob is consuming, it's not really part of the blob's, but coincidentally the blob is using as a head. You also see a preserved corpse of an Empyrean just floating inside the body. Probably a creature. An Empyrean is a creature as powerful as the Lady Mayor, and it's right there floating inside of the blob. It's perfectly preserved, actually. It's taking a while to digest as well. There's also the remains of a half of a kraken that is just floating inside the blob as well. And you see something shiny from a distance. It looks like some sort of key inside the blob. That is definitely is that a cubic gate? Yeah, that's a cubic gate. There's a cubic gate floating in some pseudopods of the blob. Wow. Oh wow, is that a deck of many things? Oh my god. The blob has a deck of many things inside of it. And then you look at this part that is now consuming there the little keep close to you guys, and there are the corpses of what seem to be two gods who were somewhat entangled in a battle. Apparently probably they were entangled in a battle when the blob consumed them, and they're still in some sort of battle formation as the blob moves around. And the blob is actually quite slow, guys, but you will eventually consume everything. And while I'm talking here, the blob actually grows of size, I should say, because that is indeed its ability. It just start to consume things and just keeps growing. So yeah.
Well, we should probably move away from the blob first, guys.
You sure?
You know what?
But moving. You know what the problem of saying it moves slowly? At that size, even if it's moving slowly by like comparison to us, it's still the size of 2 city blocks. It moving slowly is still like, you know, way more than what, 100 feet a second.
Oh, I can handle that. That's easy.
I just want to say that I think that you trying to entice a bird person such as myself with shiny objects feels particularly rude. I am an owl, not a magpie, and I feel a little bit insulted by the insinuation that I would be enticed by just shiny objects floating in the blob.
I mean, the deck of many things. Why you could just start throwing cards at the blob till one of them does something.
All the cards are floating inside the blob right now.
Just inactive.
Yeah, just inactive, just close together, in a little cluster.
Grab one and hope it's the wish card.
I mean, there are the bodies of there is the skull of a god, which is this creature is said to be using as its own skull. There is the 2 dead gods inside of it, a kraken, an Empyrean, I mean, and a Tarask, a cubic gate, a nice shiny golden key, among other things. And now there's some people from the town. There's some birds that were flying in the sky that just got stuck in the blob. And there's of course the houses that are just being dissolved and consumed inside the blob.
You know,
Who has banishment?
I suddenly wish I was a necromancer.
Now, this is a blob that looks like an ooze, but it's made of entropy, according to what Lumpa told you guys. It's cosmic entropy. It's the remain of dead gods turned into some sort of coagulation and malicious entity that just consumes everything. So yeah, guys, this is made of the same material as you are. Come on. This is like, you know, this blob could be the ancestor to any of you. The guys inside the blob could be a god. There's your ancestor. Who knows?
Except me.
Except you, yes. Except you. Although, in all fairness, you don't know how long the gods inside this blob are dead for. So, it could be to you as well, if you had some sort of ancestor.
I don't know. Cronapsis would have to do some explaining then, or Bahamut.
It could just be 100 years ago that this blob consumed a god, and maybe that god is your father and you never knew.
Yeah, I do not know my father. You're right.
I think Ixthiel is going to fly over next to Lady Mayor Pasha Zephyr and try to talk to her. Can you grant wishes?
Of course. And she... Because the first time you asked that question went so well. Let me... Okay. Let me...
Who are you to ask me what I can grant or not grant? As my village and my world sees at the edge of the abyss,
I am XDU, and I am here to save the future. I think.
I have to ask you to roll deception, because you are here not to save the future.
Well, he said I think. He doesn't actually know.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
well. Roll.
So would that be persuasion then, or deception?
This is more this. What you said is untrue. That's why I'm going with deception.
All right. Okay.
Even if that's not how you intended.
Yeah. Normal roll. Boop. 16.
you are here to save the future. There is no future when this mess of death arrived. You might be too late to save the future. Yes, I can grant a wish, but I can only do this once a year. It better be a wish that could save my world.
Ixion's head is going to rotate toward the blob of annihilation, and then back to Lady Mayor, and then to the blob of annihilation, and then back to the Lady Mayor, then back and forth again. And then he's going to say, "So, you would let this happen?"
I would not. I am here to stop it, to protect my world. But I'm not sure why are you here for. I have never seen before. Why are you trying to save my village, my world, my people? Well, and I don't know what you intend to do with that wish. You could be just another deceiver, just like that foul creature that floats over there.
Ixion's head rotates all the way around to look at Nyarla-what, and then back around to face Lady Mayor Pasha Zephyr. Oh, understandable. I am not with him. I seek only to fix things that have gone wrong.
Very well. I usually wouldn't do this, but given the circumstances, I guess I have no better choice, as I can't cast the wish for myself. I will trust you to cast the wish for the best. Speak in a language I can understand, and make sure your wish is clear, as sometimes I have a tendency to interpret things in different ways, and let's just say not all my wishes have been successfully delivered to the expectations of those who cast it. And, well, that's just because sometimes I'm in a bad mood, and and sometimes my mood just fluctuates so much. And sometimes it's different from just 1 minute to the next. This one time I accidentally cut my own hair and I got so angry. I ended up blowing up someone's head off. But, what am I talking about? Just, as I was saying, try to make it as clear as possible, okay?
And just above the table, yikes. Now, how did I...
Good luck.
Okay, I should have seen that coming, because I put my own self in the hot seat. Okay.
Well, you know, off the table. I mean, we could just simply wish for it to not exist. Although it is the force of entropy, it might just be like, it doesn't exist. It's the force of entropy. So, not thing. So I guess wish it into some place it can never return from.
Like the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know. Wish it into the deepest depths of the abyss. Something.
Yeah.
Send it for the Lords of Hell to deal with.
Put it in limbo. You'll have fun there.
Oh.
Which one are you talking about?
Wait, which limbo are you talking about?
No, the blob or Lady
The
Mare?
blob of annihilation.
Okay.
I think we could take on Lady Mayor, but yeah, the blob, no.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we need to take on Lady Mare. Like, she seems to be kind of on our side, more or less.
Do you even
Well,
know which side you are on?
Not a clue.
Not really.
Neither right now. That's the best part. We don't have to be inside.
The side that's not Eldritch. That side. The non-Eldritch side.
I have to keep
I barely
reminding
know
you
what
guys,
side
you are
I'm
here
on.
to prevent you from being born.
Cool. I'm still gonna stab the Eldritch guy.
You're still gonna
I'll figure
stab
out who I need to-
Nyarla-what?
When I get the chance.
Very well. Weeks to you. The Lady Mayor Pasha Zephyr decides to grant you a genie wish, which she can only unfortunately do once a year. So you better make it count. What do you wish for as we are about to conclude this session?
I wish for this blob of annihilation to be banished to the outer realms permanently, starting immediately at the conclusion of my wish, which is now.
He's like, I'm not making it happen in 3,000 years. It's happening now. Gotta make sure.
8,000
that.
years.
Okay. I wish for the blob of annihilation to be banished to the outer realms permanently, starting immediately.
Also, it was this blob of annihilation, not the blob of annihilation.
Yes, this blob of annihilation. Very well. Starting immediately after I conclude my wish, which is now. Very well. The genie says,
I think I got it. You wish for this blob of annihilation that is over there to be sent to the outer realms permanently, and starting immediately after you finish this wish, which is now. You just finished now, right? Right. Not now, but now, like a few seconds ago when you said now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So wait, I don't translate that because I don't translate to the point where you actually wish, which is not actually now when I'm saying now, it's now when you said now, right?
Oh no.
Right?
Right. Okay. Alright. So it needs to be easy. It actually should have been banished in the past about a few seconds ago when we said now. But now, when I said now, it's going to be banished 5 seconds in the past ago. When you said now, right?
Just do it.
Yes. Just. Yes. Yes.
You know what? Definitely Lupa's ancestor.
Her eyes glow as lightning grows out of her eyes, and she says,
Your wish will be granted.
and the blob of annihilation is covered in the outer glow as it outlines its entire shape. Whatever it touched and whatever was touching is outlined the same way. And as in a puff and in a blink of an eye, the entire thing disappears, leaving, and I'm gonna draw here a black area, leaving in its place a massive hole into the area of town where it was touching, and
That's
nothing.
a bit bigger than it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not exactly round. It had tendrils and cephalopods and so on spreading through town. Just the token is round. So yes, it left this massive hole, and everything that was touching is banished with it. And that's when you see Nyarla-what turn its attention to the Lady Mayor. And in Nyarla-what, I mean, you can't really tell what it's feeling, but suddenly it seems to be, its body language gives you a different idea of its mood.
Well,
You do know how to spoil fun.
We don't know how many months.
I've been waiting for this moment to see the world collapsing.
And to see it being done by the people in the Oasis.
We know how many subtle strings I need to pull and how many.
I have to influence these people. First, we had to oust you out of this town.
We had to do like a mini revolution. I had to give them hope.
Then I had to make them eat themselves. Then I have to teach them that they have to do all their
Rituals to bring this.
foul magic into this place and to attract the creature. And then I have to put the glyphs in the sky and so on.
It was months of preparation, months of my time, of my good hard work and effort.
And you just erase that in a second.
Now that's just rude.
That is just rude.
And I have to say,
It's
Somewhat frustrating.
I was
Just standing here waiting for a show, but now
that you have gone there and done that.
I feel like retribution is in good order.
and while I have no particular,
Quarrel with any of you.
I mean, it has been somewhat useful to my needs because you've been right in the time so that I could.
you know,
mess with you guys as well, as I was doing with everybody else, and it was kind of fun for a minute there. But then you go and you do that, and you do realize how much work it is to bring the blob of annihilation to conceal the world. And it's all in vain. You just
Use the only power that the Lady Mayor could have.
That she can use herself.
to go and cast this reality-shattering
Bullshit of magic.
Come on. This is
Absolutely anticlimactic.
I'm so disappointed at all of you that you have gone there and done that. Particularly him, who seems to be the most.
Stay in one, and you go there and you do that.
I'd like to sneak up behind him and just like poke, poke, poke. Right in the kidneys.
That's a 500 feet flight for you to get there. So it's not
Okay.
it's not gonna be like you're just gonna sneak around and Nyarla-what is not just simply gonna notice you. He's gonna be like, oh, who's picking my pocket?
In that case, I will just yell anticlimactic this and then sprint at him. It'll take me about 12 seconds to get to him or something.
What is your
And
speed?
then I'm gonna-
What is your flying speed?
Well, do I even have flying speed? I don't think I currently do. I think I have to give myself one. I don't think I have my stupid chariot. Did my chariot come back in time with me? Do I?
I'm absolutely loving the mental image of Manarco just sprinting off the top of a chapel and just like in a valiant charge that ends in just, oh shoot, I fell like 100 feet short of my target and just belly flops on the ground.
I have 60 feet of movement speed, and but wait, I forgot. I have find steed. I can summon a flying mount to just sprint at him. So, which also has fly 60. So I have fly 60 right now because Pegasus go burr.
Lumpa, roll a perception check for me because as all of this is happening, you guys been so distracted, looked around that you may not have noticed something. Lumpa, as Manarco is running and Ixtihu is in the air and Nyarla-what is giving his speech and all of this is happening and you are just there with blind Kitos, you just look back at your clock. Then as you do so, the hand of the clock is at midnight.
Hey, you skipped a couple hours.
Skipped a couple of minutes. Oh no.
And light bands,
No.
sound fins again. And while all this movement is happening, and you've realized that the blade of light that is the sundial's hand just got to its final little inch, locking at midnight. The sky fractures along the violet and cobalt clouds. Sand underfoot hardens to glass, and a spreading ring. Time forgets to pass. And the vision, the familiar vision of Chronepsis holding the spheres, that massive vortex of collapsing timelines in his hand, appears in front of you. Chronepsis is not in the air, but he's in your thoughts all at once. His eyes like twin clocks on fire. His voice arrives without crossing the distance, heavy in judgment. And he says,
The hour has passed. The chance you were given is spent. Your charge lies failed, and with it, this strand of time.
the vortex in his claws tightens. His face starts to blur. You start to fade. The buildings lean towards never. Every heartbeat stretches to an eternity now. And ends as soon as it begins. And he spills out its last words that you hear.
This timeline ceases now. You have witnessed what remains. And what remains is nothingness. You bear witness to nothing. You will be nothing. You will be erased, forgotten. And so will your mistakes.
I'm just gonna go pray to Chronapsis and Bahamut with our last seconds.
He's right in front of you in your thoughts. And it feels, even though the message is the same to all of you, to each one of you, the message feels personal. To you, as he's saying that you failed your mission, it feels particularly personal as you have disappointed the deity to which you were champion of. It seems that the decision to erase the blob may not have been the decision to, well, save your quest and fulfill your mission. Although you may have saved this world from annihilation, you, unfortunately, have not saved the entire timeline from annihilation.
Wouldn't the world being destroyed, like, cause the annihilation of the timeline? Because we came from a world that wasn't destroyed. We went back in time. If we destroy the world, it ruins the timeline anyways. It's a catch-22.
Oh, my saving grace.
You went back in time to prevent yourselves from existing in this timeline. And yes, you were that's an entire timeline, guys. That's a that's an entire universe of D&D within a multiverse. So yeah, it's a whole. You guys just managed to Thanos this entire timeline, and just like that.
At least I let them use their free will, Legend, and I did not add to it.
That is true. That is true. You have not intervened, and to that point, to your credit, you did manage to help them and fulfill the instructions of your gods. Unfortunately, the actions you've took today had the opposite repercussion that you've desired, and with that, this timeline, and everyone who ever existed or would ever exist in this timeline, have collapsed and ceased to exist. And you have no idea what happened to Nyarla-what or with Pasha. In fact, you no longer even have idea what happened to you. Because as Chronepsis concludes his speech, your characters cease to exist.
Well, I guess I need to make a new character.
You're making a whole new campaign now.
And with that, folks, earlier than I anticipated, we conclude season 1 of Gods vs. Eldritch Horrors.
Wow.
I did say as a disclaimer at the start of this arc, of this final arc, that we had chapters to go through, but it could end early or it could end at the end of the chapters. It would really depend on the decisions that my player have taken, and as anything that they do now would be highly consequential. So for all of you following us and that have been watching Gods vs. Eldritch Horrors, thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you here. You guys made it to 24 episodes, guys. I mean, that's a whole season. Come on. There will be season 2 of Gods vs. Eldritch Horrors coming in the future for sure, where you may have the same players doing more shenanigans than they did this time. Who knows? I mean, they've met Nyarla-what. I had so many other things planned, but that's the life of a DM. So sometimes things end when they end. But it was fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And as a tradition at the end of my campaigns, I will give you guys a what if question to each one of my players. You have one what if question, and I'm gonna answer to the best of my ability one of your what if questions. So who would like to start?
There goes our macros.
Let's go.
Never got to be used. Okay.
Pretty much.
As they say, if you postpone a problem long enough, it solves itself.
I do gotta know.
I didn't even think about it. I would give you inspiration, but it's pointless now.
I appreciate it.
You start your next character starts with inspiration. There you go.
Okay, thanks.
So that does make me curious as to what wouldn't have caused the timeline to collapse. What were we supposed to do?
So yes, that was the counterintuitive mission you guys had. Usually in D&D, you go for the kill, right? You fight the big boss and the big monster, and you don't simply step back and let evil wins. But in this case, yes, Pasha was a very, very ancient ancestor of Lumpa, and by fighting the blob of annihilation, Pasha would actually perish, and as well as this world. So Wumpa would never have been born if the world, the material plane you were in, never existed, and Pasha never existed. So it could have gone many ways, but ultimately, with you guys saving Pasha from the blob of annihilation and certain death, and as well as this world, you ended up in a way saving Lumpa from.
Wait, but I'm a bit confused, because I kind of said that I'm fighting all of them, because my goal was to.
You didn't fight all of them.
Not yet.
Well, I was taking them in turns, because we needed Pasha for the wish to banish the blob of annihilation.
The actions were taken as the actions were taken, but your intent may have been to fight all of them, But what happened is what happened. It's now record, as is now canon. You guys saved Lumpa. Unfortunately, saving Lumpa means the timeline collapses because Lumpa, together with all of you, is one of the causes of this timeline to collapse. So yeah, that's your what if. Next what if.
All right, I'll go up.
All right.
What if we decide to stay as Eldritch Horrors instead of going back in the past to stop ourselves?
Oh, that would have been... I had a whole branch of a campaign for you guys if you had gone through Eldritch Horrors. You wouldn't... First of all, the timelines would have collapsed, but it wouldn't have affected you because you would be part of the Far Realm, and the laws of the Far Realm are not in any way affected by the multiverse as you came to experience yourselves. So time and space don't touch there. The magic of the multiverse doesn't care. Chronepsis has 0 power over the Far Realm. So you could have actually escaped Chronepsis' rage and save yourselves into the Far Realm and become mad Eldritch Horrors, and then came back to poke even more holes in the multiverse of or done whatever you guys wanted. But yeah, I had like a whole... There's a whole campaign map of the Dreamlands. It was a whole thing because it was a real possibility that you guys had three options there. You could have taken this route to come back in time and do your backstories. You could have ended there,
like I did,
like you did for your previous character, or you could have gone to the Far Realm. Those were very real three possibilities that could have happened when Chronepsis first show up. So I've made the preparations for each path, and yeah, there was like the Far Realm campaign was a proper campaign where you guys are playing Eldritch Horrors, and anything could have come out of that. So yeah, it would have been fun.
That mean we could also have ended up in the Far Realm as like not Eldritch Horrors if we didn't make the wish. If we went back in time once and we came in as like ourselves, or would we have totally been turned into Eldritch Horrors anyways because it's the Far Realm?
I mean, we literally did the going back there as not Eldritch Horrors.
Yeah, but then we went back to the material plane. So if we had stayed there as not Eldritch Horrors, it could have also continued that way.
I don't know. I feel like we should have become them because our timelines would have been at risk, so we had to be Eldritch Horrors to escape its grasp.
If you had escaped into the Far Realm, the consequences would be that the Eldritch Horror selves would not have necessarily disappeared. It would have been depending on your decisions from that point onwards. But yeah, there was some variations to that decision, and what you guys would have taken that could have been interpreted which version of you would be the one that would survive. When this version that you guys are playing, which was the present versions of you, because we switched kind of the camera focus, right? You were playing the Eldritch Horror versions, and then when the Eldritch Horror versions came to stop these ones, you start to play the present versions of yourselves, rather than the Eldritch Horror versions, which became NPCs. So we kind of transfer your consciousness to the present versions of yourself. So that consciousness could have been transferred back. It could have gone to the past selves. There's a million things that could have played out, but it would really depend. I don't make this level of decisions ahead. I see what you guys are deciding and what is the best path moving forward. But yeah, all I can tell you is high level. There was a whole campaign path prepared for that route as well. Next, what if?
I have not a what if question, but I have a clarification question. Was Nyarla-what there originally, like he would have been in that timeline even if we didn't go there, or did he follow us back in time? Like he showed up because we showed up.
So, give me one moment. So, Nyarla-what did not go back in time with you. Nyarla-what was there in that village when you arrived.
Right, but was he there because we were coming, or was it he was
No,
there doing his thing?
You were put there by Chronepsis because of the events that happened in that village being connected to Lumpa's past.
Okay, so he would have showed up there anyway.
Yeah, he was already there when you arrived.
He's already
He
there.
was the Doom Caller.
Oh, yes, yeah. I know that. It's more of like he's an old one, so he doesn't really need to pay attention to time. So he could have just sensed that we were thrown back in time and then gone over.
Yeah, but
the
when he converts himself into a humanoid, he's technically behaving in accordance to the rules of this multiverse in order to play that role. So for the time being, he can follow the rules or not. But yeah, he as long as he's trying to play along and play with humanoids' lives, like Nyarla-what likes to do, then yeah, and it.
So he's just playing Uno, and until he gets bored and starts cheating, he's following the rules.
Pretty much, yeah. Because he has to play the role. Very well.
Okay.
Next what if question. Ixtihil, do you have one?
Not so much. Mostly just kind of a general apology, I guess. Because
For what?
well, I made the wish that made the campaign collapse in on itself.
Oh, don't feel bad.
That's all
Yeah,
right.
that was not my intention. I was trying to just. It wasn't what I was going for.
If it makes you feel any better, Lumpa just declared she was about to kill her own ancestor. So,
It's not your fault for being lawful good. You know what I mean?
Or she was going to fight whoever she was going to fight first was probably not going to be pretty. It was either going to be the blob of annihilation, which had gods floating inside of it, dead gods. How many dead gods that thing consumed is beyond me. And then or Nyarla-what, which, in all fairness, would have been a very, very tough fight. Even though they put a stat block on an aspect of Nyarla-what, the creature itself is just ridiculously powerful. So
yeah, I mean, I genuinely thought that just wishing away the monster blob would be a good step on moving us forward along the campaign. I did not expect it to be nope, boop, that's the end of the campaign.
Yeah,
I did not expect it at all. That's my bad. So sorry.
I was expecting it to force into a 1v1 with Nyarla-what, where we then get wiped.
Yeah.
Well,
all of us dying would have still succeeded in moving the campaign forward.
Look, we accidentally went back in time twice and broke our campaign. I've summoned Tiamat before in another campaign. You believed in your decision, and I followed with it.
Yeah.
Summoning Tiamat is fabulous, though. That's a great thing to do.
In the final arc of a campaign, decisions tend to be even more consequential, or at least they feel more consequential than any other point of the campaign. Because in other points of the campaign, you make a decision like this, you expect, okay, that things are gonna come to bite me in the ass later. But in the last arc, there's no later for the things to come to come back. But hey, we'd never know what's gonna happen for season 2. Maybe you come back as alternative versions of yourselves or new characters. Who knows? There are other timelines. You collapse this one. But yeah,
actually, that makes a great point.
there are other
At the
timelines out
beginning
there.
of this campaign, I played a different character who annihilated himself.
That is true.
You know,
that is true. At the start
is
of
what
this,
that
you
is-
were the first. You were the first blob of annihilation in this campaign that only annihilated itself. But you were a little blob.
Right.
I backed away when you kept eating those.
You're the one who ate himself to death. That's right.
Your
I was real
curiosity.
curious to see what would happen. I didn't think it would kill me. I just thought it would be like,
You're a star in the sky right now.
I just wanted to see what would happen. I was just real curious to see what would happen. Curiosity killed change. That's what killed change.
I mean, who knows what the time dilation did? What kind of time dilation there was along the way? The change may have been the monster blob that just tried to eat all of us.
Maybe we should have wished for a second one.
No, because he turned into a star at the end. So
Right,
he's
but that's
he's
what
a
I'm
star now.
saying. Because he's a star for like 1D 100 years.
Yeah. Okay, he turns into a star.
but,
I guess he
like-
could have got hit by entropy eventually and turned into a thing.
Yeah, and then like, you know, given various time dilation and magical who's it and what's not. Like, who's to say that he didn't show back up on that timeline in a like discordant place and just start eating things.
Fun fact: I still have Change's character sheet. If we do a season 2, I might play Change that time.
All right.
If it's another timeline or something, I can always bring him back since I only played him for a single session before he annihilated himself. Or themselves.
It was a very they were a very fun character.
Change's whole deal is inconsistency.
Yeah.
Which is
That was
which
the
is,
point of the character. Wasn't supposed to be consistent.
which is kind of like how Ixtihil ended.
Kinda.
I mean, you
And
get crazy
Lumpa
enough.
was all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you get crazy enough, and all the guardrails fall away, and you just kind of just go with the wind.
Very well. It was. I have to say, guys, it was a very, very fun campaign. We never had expected you guys would create your own time loop, and come back to the same encounter as the villain versions of yourself. When I first put those Eldritch Horrors there that resemble you guys, I would never had thought you guys would come back as those same creatures. To that
What was
same
the original
encounter,
plan for
but
them
with
then?
the consciousness on that was awesome. The whole campaign was really, really cool. And for those of you that have been following us, I hope you enjoyed. And there's definitely that's what happens when you let demigods play D&D. Things happen. Timeline collapses. Time loops, and they become Eldritch Horrors and whatnot. Very, very fun. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. And Lumpa just dropped me a message. She's AFK. So I'll conclude this session here. Thank you all for watching. It was a pleasure having you all here. And stay tuned because there is more to come. So if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, that's your chance. There is much more fun things to come. We have a web series that is going to be published, that's going to be released. There's a book coming. There is more seasons of campaigns, more stream campaigns, new campaigns coming around the corner as well. So we have a bunch of things in the pipeline. Thanks all again, and have a good night, guys.
Oh wait, our stars.
Yes, I'm gonna